Listen, all I'm saying is somebody got to document this Brooklyn history. You feel me? It's a hard job, baby, but somebody got to do it. You heard? Shout out to my bro Saquon, you know what I mean, executive producing this series, Marcy Memoirs. You heard? We gonna be talking to a few Marcy icons and just get us all a little bit more familiar with one of the most famous housing projects on New York City soil. You heard? We don't know enough about Marcy out there, baby. I got family in Marcy, you heard? My aunts and cousins lived in Marcy since the beginning of time. I was coming over to Marcy back in 84s and 5s and all of that, you heard? Y'all don't know about me out there. Y'all better do some history on my lineage, yersk? Z-Man Suicide Polo with the Ski Man, yurt? Let's get it.
His mother came and got him for the precinct. He was like 14. Mm-hmm. And I remember his mother said, "Who you with?" He said, "I'm with Big Slop." She said, "The preacher, son?" He broke on him, cursed her. She said, "The preacher kid you be with? You told me he was a nice boy." That was my first case, man. Then OG Spank, he had my side locked. Everybody was a soldier except for me and a couple other dudes,
You said Spank?
He said, we said, Spank, right my way, Spank Gregory, Sean Gregory, Spank. He's the OG, he had the lock, he was like the man around there, and everybody was like, everybody be around under him, around the way, whatever, So I had problems, but when I have fights with different dudes, oftentimes I get tripped, like I'll be, push, sneaky stuff. But I still be fighting, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't get jumped, like stomped out jump. It was sneaky trying to jump. I snuffed him from the back trying to turn me to lose the fight, So I had to earn mine. It was rough, but I came up. Even sometimes I have a fight and I go upstairs, my pops like go to the store, and I be like, I just had a fight. I gotta go past these dudes. It was rough, but I had to come out, and that's what made me stronger, because I had to come out and I had to earn my way, just being a Marcy, period. It wasn't easy. I was a church boy, I'm outside playing 1 minute, next minute I got the hard shoes on going to church. While everybody else was like not going to church, out there, So that's how I came up, and then I should tell the dude I came up with, one day, watch, dude's gonna see me, and they either have to walk the other way, or they're gonna have to be like, "Oh, what's up, Slop?" Knowing I got the upper hand, and that's what happened throughout my life. That dudes are seeing me in clubs, downtown, concerts, and I was mobbed up, 100 deep, 150.
How you got that name, Slop?
All right, I got Slop. That's good. That's good, because I used to hang out with Kev from my building and Cool B. So my name is Baby Pop, but when I came up with my name, it was a Pop from LG. People should know Skinny Pop. He was wilding, he's been around. It was a Pop from Notion. So the GC line, I kept getting the beef with other cats because my name was Pop, and I was getting the beef. So I was saying, you know what? So Kevin Cal used to call me Sloppy because when I used to play basketball with them, I used to do sloppy moves like, yo, what's that, man? Yo, what you doing? Like, they used to be like, yo, this is not sloppy stuff. So one day I went to school, and niggas was like, yo, I was like, yo, my name Big Slop now, man. Niggas like, Slop? What the hell? Big Slop, that's my name.
What school you went to, though, Slop? It was Western House?
Pacific. I was in Pacific.
Oh, you was in Pacific. That's a difficult life.
Before I left Eastern, I would say my name was Slop. Once I got to Pacific, my name was already Big Slop.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
So I earned the name Big, like that was my name, and and then after that, like once I got in Pacific, that's when I started Union Square opened and all that club, and I started meeting, Pig, rest in peace, Hawk, you know what I'm saying, Dog, Bougie, rest in peace, N.A. from Nostrand. I started meeting different cats. B.O. from Nostrand, you know what I'm saying? The first day I met B.O. from Nostrand, we was going to Union Square. Jay was going, it was me and Smith from Marcy, and we was trying to find a club, and we both was like lost, and then we looked at each other and we was like, you know where the thing is? And one of us said, nah, we trying to find it too, and we found it together, and that was my crew. But like, who I was running with? Nostrand Ave, B.O. from Nostrand, rest in peace, Cocky, rest in peace, Antwat, Miami, Dubo. That was my crew. After that, being in Union Square, and like I found myself being on Nostrand every day, on Lexington and Nostrand, and Munchies. I believe it was Munchies, the chicken place. And we was under Ron K. Rest in peace. He was like the big homie and Big Nate. But I was being there every day, and I realized, that's when I realized dudes from Marcy had beef. They couldn't come to Nostrand. I was accepted on Nostrand. And they rock. And they should be like, yo, those dudes come down here and ask you, said, dang, niggas got beef like that, but I was accepted on Nostrand. And I was accepted a lot of places. Fort Greene, I don't know. I didn't do nothing different from the next man. A lot of dudes was wilder than me or whatever. I didn't do nothing different, but I didn't have a lot of situations like a lot of other cats had. I wasn't chose to be robbed. Niggas thought about it, and sometimes I hear about it, and I will go right to the situation and be like, and they be like, nah, we were just saying, but I wasn't, like, I had jury. Late at night walking, I often see people coming by in cars slow, sick of kids, and I be looking, all of a sudden a window come down, they be like, Slop, what's up, man? They be like, yo, you good? I be like, I'm good. They be like, yeah, we trying to get a little money out here. And I wasn't chosen, you know what I'm saying? I ain't do nothing but this is for the next man, but I believe that God had me because I was a church boy. I grew up in church. My pops was a pastor. My family went to church, and growing up in Marcy was rough for me. I had no older brothers, and around my way, I give him a prop, Spank Gregory. He was the man, and everybody was pretty much under Spank. I was on Park Avenue. I lived on Park Avenue. I called my side the first side. Park Avenue, surrounded by Marcy, Nostrand, and Flushing. The other side is surrounded by Marcy, Nostrand, and Myrtle. So I was close to considered my side of country, to be honest with you, Williamsburg, and the other side was considered Best-Style. I didn't find out that until like I went to Eastern District High School, and I couldn't get a full bus pass because I was in the zone that I was half his zone. Mm-hmm. So Spank, Spank Gregory, shout out to Spank. Sean Gregory, he was the man, they had like the crew, everybody hung around them, they had the music, the dogs, but I wasn't really, I was cool with a lot of them, but, I wasn't in that in crowd like that, so sometimes we had problems with certain dudes that hung under them, and then when I have a one-on-one fight, it wasn't one-on-one. I get jumped, but not stomped out jumps and stuff like that. It's like I'm fighting, somebody trying to trip me from behind, or I might get a snuff from the back, so I can be deterred, but, and rest in peace, Pep, my OG, he taught me how to fight. Every day he with me doing 52, showing me 52, like do 52, praying, but teaching me, and he taught me how to move my hands and be fast, I ain't nothing about no 52, but he knew it, and also Moo knew it, but Big Moo, come on, man, you was practicing on us, you wasn't teaching us, you was practicing on us, Big Moo, you know I love you, remember, you was practicing.
Shout out Big Moo.
Shout out Big Moo, you was practicing, but Pep was showing me the ropes, man, Mm-hmm. We could argue later on about this, man, but
Marcy and Tompkins kids, y'all all go to the same schools?
All right, this is what I'm saying. on my side of the projects, a lot of cats didn't go to IS 33 in 297. They went the other way, like to 148, 68, 318. But my sisters went to 297, 33. So I ended up in 33, and I met a lot of dudes from Tompkins, and Tompkins was like a lot of righteous dudes. They was wild, and by me going to school with them, I was able to go to Tompkins and be alright, pretty much. Because Tompkins and Marcy, a lot of dudes was coming through either place. You know, some dudes, they was who they was, they coming through, but, you know, most dudes, they come to Marcy was a little problem, they go to Tompkins, a little problem, because that's the way it was. You know how it was, you know, 80s and all that, so. Right, I met a lot of dudes from Tompkins when I went to school with them. And a lot of them was righteous. They was, you know, and a lot of them was wild from like 6th grade. Like, you wasn't seeing them. They come to school once a week, or they was boosted. They was fly. They was fly though. Because they was boosting early. They was fly, but you don't see them much, you know. But shout out to the dudes in Tompkins who went to school with, who was like my best friend, Victor Williams, Devon Tompkins. You know.
Tompkins used to be digging. Tompkins niggas used to be digging with y'all too.
Wow. Tompkins. Oh, Big Hab. He was downtown one time with me, and my little man B.O. and all of us. Big Hab from Tompkins was with us on the regular. He was official. You know, Big Hab. People from Tompkins know what I'm talking about. Big Hab. A lot of dudes from Tompkins. Nah, they did their own day. They wasn't really to be downtown. They might have came through, whatever, but Tompkins, the digging started. I tell you, the digging started with me.
Right.
I used to go to the high. I had to go to the high.
Hold on for a minute, Slop. Could I interrupt for a minute, Big Slop?
I got you.
Hard self, right? When you talking digging, I directly came up under Slop, right?
Right.
With digging. That's who I came. It was dudes from around my way down there doing whatever.
Right.
When I got into digging, it was up under Slop. And Slop made it all right for a whole bunch of people. Right. To be all right, because at this time the robbers was robbing the robbers. You know,
right.
You know, you had to be known, or you had to be associated or affiliated with something. You wasn't even coming downtown. First of all, what are you doing down? This is the whole mentality. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to let that be known from that point of view. Now let the legendary Big Slop continue. My bad. I apologize.
Right. I was doing local stuff. I was being like with, you know, the crew of Marcy, Love and all of us, stuff like that. But the digging, I was going to high. I had a girl. I was going to high. And then I was seeing this kid by the high. And then I see him in Union Square. I didn't know him. So one day I'm downtown, like right after that, and I'm standing there, and I'm like, yo, what's up? Did I just see you in Union Square? See the high? He's like, yeah. I'm like, what's your name? At that time, his name was Cabbage. And I'm like, oh, I'm Slop. I'm talking about Fuji. And he's like, yo, yeah, what's up? So he
legendary Fuji.
That'd be Fuji. And he was like, yo, I was going to the mall, but he was like, yo, we be downstairs, we be going digging, everything too dirty. I said, digging? He said, yeah, we going to Minutes. So I said, all right, I come down. I came down there, and that's when I met all the diggers, and believe it or not, the diggers wasn't Walt Green, Marcy. The diggers was Rockaway Avenue, Hawk and all of them digging. East New York. Track and Pig and them all digging. You know,
so you said Track and Pig was down there before Track and Pig was down there before you?
They was all meeting when Union Square opened, right? I believe all the cats, we all didn't know each other. When Union Square opened, you do start being in there, and that's when you started mobbing up. Like style. We started meeting each other. Rest in peace, E Money. Like dudes there. Like from my school, Pacific, E Money, rest in peace, was going. And Hollywood would say, yo, why you wasn't in Union Square, rest in peace, last week when it opened? Me and Smith was like, oh, we forgot. So we went the next week. And that's when we met, the story I told you, we met B.O. them on the train. And when we got there, that's when we was going to be on them, and I see it was dudes from Marcy was already there. Dennis, Cam, he was there. So I knew a few cats. Like I knew Ron's Cave, rest in peace, because Upstate City was open. We used to go there every day after school. I don't know if y'all remember that.
Yeah.
It used to be open for after school for teenagers. And I used to go there, me, Joe Bang, rest in peace from Marcy, Little Rob, and Ron K. We used to be in there. So I knew a few cats that was being in town, but I started meeting a lot of cats after that. And that's how I started going digging with Fuji. Fuji took me out. I was going digging with him. And then after a while, you know, other cats, the first one I had from Marcy going digging, if you don't mind me saying his name, was Kwong.
Okay.
Kwong.
Okay.
Huck was down there. It was me.
Okay.
From Marcy even more everyday basis. It was me, Huck. Then Big Unique came home. Big Unique was down there.
Right. But
anybody else from Marcy wasn't down there yet.
But
he was
Big
down there
Unique,
afterwards. I bought him. Rest in peace, Big Unique.
Rest in peace, Big U. But when Big Unique was down there, he wasn't digging. It was like they was down there.
No, he wasn't digging, but he was in the mall. He was in the mall.
Yeah, he was. Right. It was like they was getting pieced off just for motherfuckers going robbing. They had to come and check in.
Right, but Big Unique wasn't really digging. He was doing his own thing. But he was coming downtown every day because Big Unique, like the girls, the brides, you know, he was coming down there around the scenery. When he first came to Union Square, Big Unique came in. He knew the OGs because he did bids. Like he knew it, he knew all those dudes. But he came in right away on some big heavy jewelry stuff. You know, I knew you was my man because he always had my back since junior high school. Big Unique. So I knew him, but all the other guys didn't know him. But they met him because Big Unique came in right away from the start. Big Unique started swinging and knocking dudes out. I mean, Ron, you know, he started right away on, you know.
In Union Square, that's how they just opened it up like that?
Yeah, when they opened up Union Square, right, Brooklyn went through and it was rough. It was like, dudes from different neighborhoods was there, and we all got together. We were like one crew after like 2 or 3 weeks. You know, dudes had their little, like, dudes ran over me and Smith walking through Union Square. We bumped the little dudes from the east, they bumped Smith. You know, what? We looked at each other, me and Smith kept walking. We went to the back. Next thing you know, we get surrounded by, got Tony, Little Just, Little Rich from the east, Little Burnish, all of them surrounded me and Smith. All little. They was little us. We looking at the little dudes like, what? They like, what? So next thing you know, Big Hollywood come in the back, rest in peace. That was our dude. Yo, what's going on? Oh, Smith, slap us up. Nah, your little niggas get out of here. This is my peoples. So that's how that started. And that's how I got cool with those names I just said. Because Hollywood, I didn't know them before. I knew Pig, rest in peace, because he's a kind of recipient with Black Star. Paul Green, rest in peace. All these guys, man, they're not here no more, man.
Oh, rest so Black Star and Pig was cool?
Yeah, it was either Black Star, Pig, and Ball.
Bro.
And Yammy. And Yambo.
Yeah, oh.
Yambo was at the school. It's a funny story, man, because if I tell you this, some people ain't gonna believe it, but I got proof.
Rest in peace to Black Star, man.
Rest in peace to Black Star. Rest in peace to Yammy, right?
Right.
Rest in peace to E-Money. Wow.
Rest in peace, right.
Crazy. I don't know what Bar had, but Yammy went to the school, you know, and people know him for Queensbridge, but he used to live on Rutland Road, I believe.
Yes, you got it. And
They Flatbush. All those dudes.
He's Flatbush.
Right. So what happened was Yammy came to school one day. We called him Yammy. His name was Yammy. Yo, Yammy. He was wild from the beginning. I first met him. Like Yammy, he was a little wild dude. He came to school one day with army fatigue on, with an army hat, army pouch, all this. He coming down the hallway. So we all in the hallway. Rest in Hollywood, Smith, all of us in the hallway. So, you know, niggas know I got jokes. He came Drew. I was like, yo, look at Yambo. Yo, we fell out. Everybody fell out laughing. And that's how the name Yambo came. And niggas to Marcy, I was always naming somebody, give somebody a name. Yeah, that's how the Yambo came, and I named him Yambo.
That's crazy.
And then when he left the school, you know, you see him for years. They say, you know, he's in Queensbridge, and He was like, that's the same Yambo? Well, we knew he was wild anyway. Mm-hmm. But Yambo, I named him Yambo. That day he walking down the hallway, and you know how that be. Once you do a funny joke, that's funny the rest of the day. Right, everybody start calling me Yambo. That's how I named him Yambo, man. Like dudes gave me my name from the basketball. Mm-hmm. Right, and that's how I named him Yambo, man.
Crazy, right there.
Yeah, so crazy. I mean that's the story nobody won't have but me.
That's
right.
Smith from Marcy is my witness. That was my dude from Marcy. He came. We was in Marcy cool. He's hanging with my cousin, but when he came to Pacific, we got tight. He was my road dog. You know.
Yeah,
he was. Yeah.
Man, it's
Pacific was wild. You get to Pacific.
That's another. We're gonna do an episode.
Stuff you was seeing in other schools.
Exactly. Pacific was like the school, just for the listeners. Pacific was like
that's for gangsters, man. That's for gangsters.
It was straight gangsters.
That was a redirection school. That was redirection.
Yes, it was. Alternative. Yeah.
Listen, let me tell you how ill Pacific was, bro.
Yeah.
Pacific was right next to the courts. Right?
Yeah.
Motherfuckers come out of school and gotta go to court. Motherfuckers, that shit was for motherfuckers that was already been on the island and like about to go to the island, bro.
Right.
That shit right there, no school wanted you, bro. No school wanted you no more. None.
Simple redirection, you going.
Straight up, bro. That's where all the criminals met at. Straight up.
That's where I met a lot of the cats. When I got there, it was Big Java of Kingston. It was, you know, Corky came there. He only, rest in peace, he only came to school like 4 days before he started going out of town, you know? Like, dudes is in there. Jesus from Cyprus, him and Herb. Him and Black, him and Herb. They was in there, you know? It was dudes from all over, man.
Everybody. The criminals was in there, bro.
Red Hook. It was dudes, he was in there. The dude that took me under the wing, when I got to Pacific, I ain't gonna front, I got there. And was Ramel from LG. Good brother. He had my back. And it's funny, because when I was in Eastern District, right, and I changed my name to Big Slop, dudes though, I was saying my name was Big Shy. All the righteous dudes were talking and all that. Rest in peace, Dark Hell, all of them. Peace, God, every day. But they never asked me for lessons. But I was. See, when I got to high school, when I got to high school, right?
Yeah.
I was already told by the OGs how to fit in. When I got to high school, I realized where the in crowd was. The wild dudes were standing every day, and that's where I stood. So I'm standing there not knowing them, and they may be like, who this little dude standing over there? But after a week, you know when you do stuff like that, somebody's been done like, yo, who you? Before you know it, you with the crowd for some reason.
You're right, you with the in crowd.
Either as a soldier, don't get me wrong, niggas will soldier you, or you there with the crowd as you there every day. They're like, yeah, what's up? Yeah, we over here, man. Yo, later on, we gonna,
right,
school,
you're equal.
You equal.
You included. You automatically included.
But back then, a lot of dudes was getting soldiered. Don't get me wrong.
It
wasn't that easy, but for some reason, through the grace of God, of a higher power,
you avoided
blessed. I had problems, but not like the regular person. I ain't do nothing different from the next man. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right, I got you.
But I don't know if it was my demeanor or the way I roll. I wasn't foul.
Never.
That's what I can say. I wasn't foul. Like,
never.
If you was with me, you wasn't getting robbed.
Right.
You know,
and you
if I could prevent it, you know?
And you was going to eat.
Right, you was going to eat, and I wasn't going to rob you. You take a G, it wasn't like, give me all the money, and I give you your 300, whatever. Yo, take what you're going to take, and then hand me the money. We see what happens from there. You know what I'm saying?
So,
exactly.
Yo, how old was you the first time you caught a real good pocket with some real good money in it?
Well, I had to already be 16. I was already like a little old. A lot of dudes was younger hitting, but I was already like 16. Let me get this right now because my first case that I had to hit Rikers Island was if you remember QP Market, I don't know if it's still there. Queen Plaza?
Queen's Plaza. Yeah, QP, yeah.
QP, they had a little stand. So I was in there one day with a dude from Marcy. There was 2 other dudes from Marcy. And I'm watching some OGs take some jewelry from the stand. So on the top, it ain't no ceiling, it's nets. It's wrist nets. It's like cross. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like a net with a little gap, a little gap, a little gap. So, so what it was, I watched these dudes go. It took two days, 2 black, what you call it, with the jewelry, with the chains on it. It was like 20 chains on a black canvas. You know how they have it.
Yeah, it's like a tray. It's like a tray, but it's the necklace. It's a necklace.
Necklace tray. Right.
Yeah, got you. Come on, I'm with you.
So they took 2. I'm watching them, so I'm looking like, yo, we can do that. Boom, boom. So he went and did it, but when he came up with it, he hit the net. He didn't do it like the car.
He didn't finesse it.
So the guy heard it working, and he looked up and seen it. Was like, ah. So when he came down with it, I grabbed the jewelry off. He had like 2. I ain't gonna lie. He used both hands, got like 2, but one of them hit it. So I grabbed all the jewelry off it. I snatched it off, and that's when the guy yelled and security was coming. So when we were running, I told little dude split up, but he was a little young dude. So I don't know if he heard me, but he stayed behind me.
Stay with you.
Right. So when I pass the exit door, I do all the jewelry out the back exit door and try to walk playing it off like I'm looking at stuff. So they grabbed him, and they grabbed me, and the person I went with, the security said, "Oh," I said, I don't know, like I'm here I'm here with my man, I said, "You seen when I came in?" He's like, "Oh yeah, you came in with," but when they stopped the person, the moms ain't gonna blow him up. He said, "Nah, I ain't with him." So they took me in. I was young. I went to Rikers Island, and the little young boy, his mother came and got him for the prison. He was like 14. And I remember his mother said, "Who you with?" He said, "I'm with Big Slop." She said, "The preacher, son?" She broke on him, a cursed. She said, "When you get home," she said, "The preacher kid you be with? You told me he was a nice boy." And the cops was like, "Oh, you lucky, like, you lucky you in here, he gonna get it," Then that was my first case, man. Then I tell you, I went to I had a brand new pair of Wallabies on, a BBD set, and some pants and some frames. And if you remember back then, you could wear a pair of frames without the lenses.
Right. That was the style. They let it rock out.
That's how you played on one that day, but without the lenses, that was the style. That was our style. So
you still was fresh to death.
I was fresh to death. I believe I had polo lenses on. So what happened was, I went from Queens. Grab your man to the Queens. So coming through Queens, it was only 4 of us that got remanded. 2 dudes was already there. They was older, and another African dude. He was there. He got caught at the airport, and he had no shoes on. They found the drugs in the shoe, whatever. It was an African dude. So when I went through, dudes on Rikers Island now looking at our pen from Brooklyn, like I'm from Queens. Not saying nothing against Queens, but they was looking at me like Brooklyn pen is like 20, 30 deep. It's like 4 of us, They looking like, oh yeah, we see the Wallows. So what happened was, when I first went through, Rikers Island used to be crowded. Dudes were coming through daily. It was locking up people like crazy.
What year was this, you said? This was 80 what?
82. 82. Like, my birthday was November 3rd. I must got locked up like November 6th. So 82. So when I went through, it was no New Jack house for me. They took me straight to 4 Upper. So when I walked in the door, I got rushed. So one of my wallows came off. I'm a little dude, I'm 16 little, I got rushed. One of my wallows came off, but the CO came in like kind of fast. He's like, "What happened?" So I'm like, "Ain't nothing happened." He's like, "Yo, you got 1 shoe on." So I believe I said, I came in like that, because I was already wise to different games, hearing stories, in your hood, and from my church, I know some dudes that went to jail when I was younger, and they used to come back with stories. You know, they done got saved. They had horrible stories, and they was telling the stories. So I was already like, oh man, Rikers Island sound like it's some, you know. So I was already like in my mind running through before I got there, like how I got to be, you know. So what happened was they took me out, got my shoe. They got my shoe, whatever, and they moved me to the other side of the building. So what happened was I got rushed by Brownsville cats. When I got to the other side of the building, I was now with like Tonkins and Marcy, those some dudes on our side, Fort Greene. So KB from Marcy, they won. He was in my class, Rodney. So he was already there. I went to his house. He was there with Dark Hill, whatever, you know, rest in peace. So they was like, whatever, you know. Oh, what's up? Stop, what's up? I'm like, yeah, what's up? So I'm telling them what happened. They like, oh yeah, those dudes keep rushing dudes from out, but when they dudes come over here, you know, that's how it was. They come over here, we gonna see them, you know. So I was all right. So
they took you out the dorm with the one Wally?
Yeah, but they came on my mother's shoe.
Oh.
Like that CO was one of those COs, I guess. Like, yo, come on, yo, no, like he probably.
I'm not letting this go down. I'm letting
right,
that.
Right.
That's
I ain't
that's
letting
it.
it go down. He's a baby, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's a baby because I was a baby, and you know, dudes in there they done did a bit already. They come back in 3 years. They 19, 20, big as a house.
Yeah.
You know, and I wasn't seeing nobody from Mars, you know, until I got to the other side of the building. That's when I started seeing cats from Marcy, Tonkins, and I knew them already. I knew like from school, whatever. And it's funny because I was with KB and them, and I believe I had one more fight after that because, you know, somebody be like, yo, one-on-one. Back then, it was like, yo, you got to go in the back. You got to do what you got to do, Slop. Don't be scared. You know what I'm saying? So you go in the back, you get that one-on-one. Whether it's hands or gun. If the dude said gun, they hand you a gun. You know, your people's hand you know? You know? Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's like, you know, family, whatever, niggas like, yo, nah, it's from the door, but a lot of times it was like you had to earn your fight. You had to do your fight. Dudes want to see if you want to do your fight.
I was talking to my bro Prada, and we was just told, he was like, yo, niggas was getting robbed and beat up for BVDs on the island back in the day. He said if you came through if you came through with a Paris nylon on, nigga,
yeah,
whole house might jump you for that shit.
Yeah. And the big thing back then was you go in the shower, having stuff, niggas sneak thief you and pass stuff next door. So when you come out now, somebody stole your stuff. If you're quiet about it, then
that's just that.
Right, it's just that. But most people break, and I'm gonna tell you, the second time I went through, I was already hip to the game.
Mm-hmm.
But I went to dorm. So I'm sitting there, I believe Mar 2. I believe Mar 2. So I'm sitting on my bed, a white bucket slides with clothes, stay soaked. It slides to the front of me. So I'm looking at it. So somebody walked by and said, oh man, Dad, you know what? Yo, big man. You know, I'm looking a little big in a way. Yo, big man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody go through that, man. Just wash the clothes, man. Just leave it alone. You know what I'm saying? You know, yo, you good here. So I'm like, I ain't washing no clothes. You know what I'm saying? So I slid the bucket.
They tried to ease you into it.
Right. They had game, man. It was game. It was all out. Let me tell you, dudes was robbing you, talking to you.
Psychological.
Yeah.
Right. Almighty from Gates. That's my man now. He was walking up on cats, whispering in the air, talking with a razor in their mouth. Next thing you know, somebody giving up their swaps. You know what I'm saying? The next thing you know, somebody coming for the sneakers. Next thing you know, somebody coming for your pants. You know what I'm saying?
I was in Green with Almighty.
Yeah.
They got him up out of there. Him and Born Son. They was terrorizing the jail.
Yeah, that's the same one. Let me tell you, you don't want to be around Born Son, Almighty, Pow Wow from Marcy. Yo, I may come and tell you one day. And this the adult. All right, this is Power Wow. Side note, who Power Wow is. It's the family. So I'm in commissary with my house. So you know you been capped. They gangster. They on the phone. You in there. You know what I'm saying? You don't know them from the streets or nothing, but you know you there. They running. So you know you respecting them because
they holding it down right there.
Right. Getting your respect. So we in commissary. Power Wow coming with the CO. He come in, oh, SLOP, what's up? Yeah, you know how you talk. Yeah, SLOP, you know what I'm saying? Doing a little shopping today, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, all right. His shopping was, he's going around with different cats in there, going, yo, I need some cookies, you know? I need some tank. So I'm looking. So after what I'm looking, dude's putting stuff in his bag. He got a bag. He get a bag. He don't even go to the counter to shop. He's shopping from the inmates. And dude's giving him stuff. So Shy gonna laugh because when I get back to the house, I'm like, yo, you know Power Wow? Oh, nah, but you know, a nigga handicapped. I feel sorry for him. You know, he telling me he don't got no peoples. You know what I'm saying? Yo, him and the CO, that was their scam, man.
That was their hustle, huh?
That was their hustle. The CO was down with him. When he was finished, the CO was like, you finished? Yeah, I'm finished. And then the CO behind the counter, they gave him a few stuff and was like, we out.
Oh, shit.
I see you in an hour. I guess when the next house comes. Power Wow was the man. Like, I ain't gonna lie. When I went to the 6 building, I did 6 building adolescent. I only did 30 days, and it was like, crew was there. When I went to the adults, Hitman was the man from Brownsville. Skinny Hit. Heard he ain't skinny no more, but Skinny Hit. He was the man, and I tell you, I went through with I had to turn myself in, y'all. So, turning myself in the streets, every day I'm dressing fresh. So I'm going in there, brand new Valleys. I said, well, I'm going to be wearing greens. So I got my green Valleys to go with the green uniform. So I go through, and the New Jack house, you know, you go to New Jack house, dudes in there fronting, wilding. You know, fronting, go in there, you see dudes. So I met a few, two cats I got cool with. There's some Queens. I always meet a group of Queens I got cool with, ain't gonna lie. It was always like me and somebody from Queens. That was they was rolling. They was cool, you know what I'm saying? So what happened was, after 3 days, some dudes got moved, like to 12U Bellevue, they call it. So we going to lunch. They got moved their breakfast. We going to lunch. In the hallway, the 3 dudes that got moved that was running the phone, they leaking in the hallway. They coming through leaking. And one dude just came from up north. He did 4 years. They remanded him. I don't know what happened. He did a turnaround with the 6 bill. I don't know what happened, but he leaking. The CO said, yeah, see, those are dudes that was being loud. Watch, y'all all gonna get moved sooner or later. So now, dudes is shook. You know, the average dude is shook. So the next day, they moved me to 5 Main House Pain. So when I get in the house, rest in peace to Tiny from Nostrand. It was Chino from the Bronx. They ran the house. A couple other dudes, Pickles from Uptown, whatever. But the main dudes was Tiny and Chino, to say their name. So when I get there, they march everybody in the day room. You know, in the day room first. So niggas talking about, yeah, ain't no stealing in here. It ain't this and that. So I'm standing there. It's a dude by my foot with his foot, like measuring. Going, yeah. You know, to my valleys. So I'm looking like, all right, I see what's going on here. So we go to our beds. So I brought my man Cat from Queens. I met him, Cat. And believe it or not, you know who sits on the other bed by me? Big Hurt. Hip Hop. Big Hurt.
Hip Hop, okay.
Cool Hurt?
Bronx. He was in there.
Cool Hurt.
He was doing the bid, you know, whatever he was doing, but he had a broken leg. He had a cast in his leg. So he was in there. So he was big as a house, though. So, you know, people knew Big Hurt. He was good. So now I'm watching. They going to dudes' beds. They going to different dudes' beds. And they like, you know, give it up. Dudes giving up. You know, dudes coming there fresh. They robbing dudes, flipping on them. Boom, 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 flipping on them. So they called me for a visit. So they took them like 2 dudes. But I pretty much knew it was gonna happen to them. You know, like you could see ahead of time, like you know who's who, so you know you ain't messing with them. So you know, so it happened to them, whatever. So I go on a visit. So I want to visit my pops. You know, he's a preacher, he's a reverend. So I don't know what happened, what was on my mind say, but I'm like, yeah, Dad, you know. He like, how you was? I said, I'm all right, but when I go back, I might have some problems. He panicked. He called the captain and all that. My son having problems. I said, no, I am not the problems, Dad. Oh, man. So they came. They was like, everything all right? I said, yeah, everything all right. So now, you know, he worried. You know, he's worried about me, you know. I'm the first son. You know, I was still,
it's natural.
But he's worried because I had to turn myself in. He came to court. He broke down on the train on the way there. I guess it was different. I was doing a bullet. I had a bullet. So
was it running wild, or it was just a solid 6-billion bullet?
I had a bullet, and they gave me 6 months. It supposed to have been running wild, but it was together. It was the concurrent. That's how they say it?
Yep.
So, all right, I had the bullet. I had to do 8 months. I ended up doing 9.5 because of circumstances. But it was a bullet, and what happened was I got back to the house. I noticed I came down with 12 dudes. Like 10 of them was robbed. Except for like Herc and my man Cat. The Cat was like an OG dude, like Herc. So, you know, he was asleep when I came back. So now I'm walking. So I'm walking towards the front with a phone. I get hit in the head with a lock in the sock. Boom.
Wow.
He caught me. Boom. I turned around, but I'm a fighter. I grew up fighting. Remember, I grew up fighting. So my first instance was like, who did that? So I start fighting. So I'm getting up like 3 or 4 dudes, you know. Sanchez,
this is 5 men. It's 5 men.
5 men House of Pain. All right.
Okay.
Me go back so you can understand. I don't know if y'all from the same area I'm from. After New Jack House, you either go to 12U, 5 main, or 6 main House of Pain, and that's before you go to a working dome.
Okay.
And the dudes that's in no houses, they not working. They the wild bunch. They wilding. They come out the bean and out wilding. They doing whatever. They wilding. You know, they ain't trying to.
They doing what they want. They going through their.
They doing what they want. They doing what they want. You have to go do that before you get to working house. And pretty much the working dudes, working house,
settle down.
Ain't too much happen. Slow down.
Right.
And so what happened was that boom, I'm fighting. So out of nowhere, Tiny go, yo, hold up. He said, yo, what's up? You look familiar. I said, I don't know if I'm familiar, but I'm from Marcy. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. Put that Marcy out there.
Then he go, oh, Danny Dan, rest in peace, my man. He's I've seen you before. I said, yeah, I didn't work for Danny Dan, but I'm from Marcy. So he's like, yo, so this kid named Slim from Uptown, man, every time somebody come in, somebody saving somebody. So I'm like, what? So Tiny go, hold on, Slop. You know, you got nothing to do with this. You know, like, cause Tiny was like the main dude. And he like, yo, the next thing I know, Tiny said, yo, you moving my section. I said, I got my man Cap over there though. He says only one empty bed, but Cap said, nah, you go. And I said, Tiny, that's my man Cap. He said, you know what? We ran up on that dude 3 or 4 times, but he was asleep. And we don't run up on niggas while they sleep. See, so Cap they wanted Cap, whatever he had, you know what I'm saying? He had a little chain on. They wanted him, but he was always asleep. Like you know, I guess he was an OG. He was always asleep, but he probably wasn't asleep. You know what I'm saying?
He had to get by.
He dodged the bullet. You know, he was I guess, but he dodged the bullet, so he was cool. And then he was moved closer to Big Herc, and they was like the OGs that was just cool, you know, like for that little period. Because remember, every day, 3 or 4 dudes getting ran out, about 8 dudes getting transferred. So there's new dudes coming in every day. So you be in that house, and one day something happened to you, the next day, you part of the crew because there's new dudes coming in and out every day.
Right, and you doing the same shit that got done to you.
Right, well, not necessarily, because I wasn't on that time like they was. I didn't, you know, I was in there like another week, and I wasn't, you know, I was just me. I was just there, but I was with the crew. I was there. So when I was getting back to what I said, so the kid Slim. So now they start saying, yo, who man is Slim? It turned out to that when Slim first came in, And whoever was his man was gone. So niggas started saying, hey, my man, like, yo. And they narrowed it down to, oh, that's what you call a man. He not even here no more. So now they flipped on Slim. Yo, you know what I'm saying? You being disrespectful, you gotta leave. Somebody say something. This section, we all got say so. Like, we know, somebody say something, that's what it is.
That's the word. That's so somebody made a call.
Now he know. He broke up. He making his way to the bubble now. They flipped on him. So they set him up to the 12U Bellevue, which he probably was more comfortable because 12U Bellevue was where niggas was at. No, 12U Bellevue was a house. That was one of the houses that you had to pass through before you go to work and go. And up there was like, ain't no shame. Frank Needy from Uptown, he ran that house. But they was doing homo stuff up there, like from what I'm hearing, I'm not a witness. Dudes come through, yo, you gotta kiss the homo. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, like, degrading dudes. You know what I'm saying? With stuff like that. That I didn't roll like that. I'm glad I didn't go to that house and have to, be a part of it, be sitting in a part of that. You know what I'm saying? Up to like 8 deep, 9 deep. So they had conflict going to 12U Bellevue instead of coming to 5 Main, 6 Main, where niggas was like, they wasn't getting no love there. They wasn't getting no love.
Mm-hmm.
They had one. I ain't gonna lie, he came through. Mimi from Brownsville. Because had a lot of brothers. He was robbing niggas. He was running up on niggas like, give me your sneakers, and niggas like, what you homo ass nigga? And then you go to the back and he was whipping your ass. You know what I'm saying? Which was embarrassing. Like he was whipping your ass. Because he was straight fruity, but he was a man. You know what I'm saying? So nevertheless, that part, whatever. But that's what it was. And then they moved me, they moved me to the 4 building. Lower Dorm. You know about Lower Dorm, right?
I heard about it.
Saquon, Lower Dorm in the 4 building. It's downstairs. Lower Dorm?
Yeah, you talking about 3 lower?
No, it's Lower Dorm. It's by itself.
Oh, yeah. That's the Centers dudes. That's the 6 building people.
Right, Centers dudes. Okay, they moved me down there.
It's by the gym.
Right. The staircase. They moved me down there. So when I get there, dudes from Queens, they was running. They had the house. Whatever. But I'm, like I already said, they probably got robbed when they first came through. But the dude that ran the house, Rob, he was alright. He had his big man Shane, Pretty Boy Tony Rome. They had a little crew, Chicken George. They had the house. I went through, so asking for time. The niggas like, yo. But I ended up getting a half an hour. But it was too early for me. It was like a 7 o'clock slot. I needed like 8:39. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I took it, whatever. So now I go to the Mess Hall. The whole Brooklyn is my peoples.
Mm-hmm.
Those niggas, see, I knew everybody. They was like, rest in peace, Juju was there, Sharky. Everybody was there you can name.
Wow.
Right, Tariq, Little Will from Nostrand, Ditto, rest in peace. Bum City Pop. Everybody, Patty Hearst was there, and Adolescent. Now Adolescent was 16 to 18. But there was still older dudes there that was there with me that was there in 88. Like, they already 20-something.
So this shit been going on for eons then.
Yeah, Big Patty Hearst, he was like older than me, like by 2 years. He was there. Like running wild. He was there, and Chill from Browns, the niggas was there. They was old, but the whole, I knew everybody. Lou, Kiki, Roosevelt, Ugar, everybody was there. Everybody was there. Brooklyn, I knew everybody. So now they see I know everybody. Like, they like, oh, you ain't know these dudes. So, it was whatever. So when I went, now they moved half of the Lower Dorm. They moved them. Niggas come through. So you already know if it's 20 beds, how many dudes coming through? 20, right? 20 people, right? Most likely.
That state.
Now they from dudes from the 6 building over. Big Y from the Eagle building, Fort Greene.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember him.
I know you talking about.
He was down with Corky and Caesar getting money. Rest in peace, Corky. Big Wise, big head Wise.
Yeah, that's Big Wise.
tight pants, you know, wise jury, yeah. He came through now. He came through with a plan. He had these dudes Wolf in the Bronx. They had a plan to take over. So they came down and they looked straight for the phone. Nobody knew War and Wise, so now, oh, Wise, what's up? What's up with the phone? I said, yo, I don't got the phone, but I got my half an hour, but I don't got the phone. So now he do some Queens. All of a sudden, they find time for Wise and War. You know what I'm saying?
What?
They find time. So whatever happened, Wise was dead. So that's what happened with that. And then what happened was, my house got into a confrontation with 3 men. That's Sharif, Little Will, Bum City, Lil Bam Bam. Got into a beef with them. Those niggas rushed my house in the mess hall. We went to lunch at the same time. But I'm working the mess hall. I'm working behind the garbage can.
You work behind the garbage can. So
right, hash, it was hash. So I'm working.
Hash from Sumner.
Right, all of them was there.
Okay,
The 3 Main was like the wildest house besides 4 Upper. 4 Upper was like, I ain't saying all the other houses wasn't wild because crime was like in 3 Main. You had dudes like Crime in 3 Main. Johnny Fox from Linda Houses. I don't know if you heard of him. But, you know, 3 Main was a house. You know, it was wild. It was like, I don't know how they all survived in there. Like, I don't know who got on the phone and who didn't. It was
way too many.
To me, a lot of dudes was wild. They was in there.
Somebody I had on the channel was telling me, saying that everybody always talk about what house was wild, but it wasn't really. The dude that was telling me, he said it wasn't nothing wilder than 3 Main.
Right, and Sharif had the house. Sharif was the man. And he was there when I came through for a week before. He was there already before, it would just be him and like Your Majesty. He was there. So he was the man. He already, you know, he been down a while. But Sharif was the man. You know, Ditto was in the house with him. So they rushed my house. So now I'm in the mess hall. Dudes running around me, pushing me. And stop, get out the way. Because they chasing dudes from my house. But they not trying to run up on me because all these dudes my peoples. You know, Hash, Bum City Pop, Reeves, Ditto, you know, everybody that was there, you know, in that house, Bam Bam, you know? Old man from something, all of them, you know? So they watched my house, so the next day they moved us out the building. They moved us out. They moved us back to the...
You too?
Huh?
You too?
They moved the whole house out. Because we fought the adolescent, and we can't stay there, you know, the adolescent.
Back again.
Right, we was the minority, so they got rid of us, like, sent those dudes out the building. They sent us back out the building, but we still was able to work the full building, but we had to get bust every day now. So when we get back to the what was that? C-76. C-76, I had a ticket, I had a pre-ticket, so they didn't send me back to work, but I had to go to the Bean, you know, so,
you went to the just mode, and you got some days.
Right, I had some days. So what happened with that was when I got 6 billion, now Wise was already gone. They wasn't there. Wise, I forgot what happened. He had left Lower Dome. He went back somehow. I don't know if he was short or he went back. So I can't remember. But we got back to 6 billion, and when I got there, that house was empty. But they sent me upstairs first. Me and 2 other dudes, when I got there, there was a Puerto Rican dude running the house. So when I got there, I was like, yo, Dad, you know, what's up with the, you know, I got to get in the phone, you know? But you know me, you know, if you know me, I can say this about myself. I walk with a bebop. I had a hard walk.
Naturally.
My image was gangster. I'm a person, but my image was gangster.
Right.
Because I didn't say this before, but when I got to high school, my walk changed completely. I said, I'm going to walk harder than I'm going to high school now. So I was a hard walking dude. Like, cause when you were in high school, most of your fights was you walking hard, you looking at somebody,
right?
And they like, what? And you like, what? It's a fight.
That's it.
You throw your hands up, it's a fight right then and there. So I'm walking hard. I come in, I'm walking hard, I'm looking. So he's like, yeah, I could give you some time. Now there's a black dude already in there. So now he runs up with the Puerto Rican dude. Now the other dudes, so I'm telling him there was a whole mob downstairs about to come up. They're gonna ask about this phone. So now I got there before the dude that ran the $4 phone, loaded on, and got my time. See? So when they came up, I'm already got down. The dude gave me 8 to 9.
So you established already.
I'm established. So he asking. So he like, yo, they, there's only this left. I got this. He like saying he get on from 9 to 11. Now the black dude that been there, he don't like this. He looking like, yo, I've been here before those cats, and I asked you about the phone. You telling me, hold up, I got you. And the niggas he going, yo, come to the back. So niggas like, you gotta go to the back. He went to the back. We got the kid, he ripped his ass. Next thing I know, Puerto Rican dude is under the bed, and this dude got his t-shirt wrapped around the pole to come across. He's choking him. He was gonna kill him. Niggas had to stop him. Like, nah. You know what I'm saying? Because he was fed up. He asked him, like, before we got there. And there's nobody in the house, 20 dudes, and you talking about ain't nothing there?
He was gonna kill him? You had to stop him?
He had to. Niggas stopped it. Niggas stopped it. Like, yo, you won't catch the body, man. Puerto Rican dude woke up like, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like, thank you. You know? He had to leave after that. You know what I'm saying? But the black dude was like, yo, whatever he negotiated, I'm not gonna argue with that. But what he had, I'm taking. With an hour to spare. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That was that. The black dude was like, I've been here, so nobody was arguing with him. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was like, oh, all right, They see what he can do anyway. You know what I'm saying? He showed improved, man. So what happened was, to tell you the story, I don't know if nobody else know the story, told the story, but they opened up city jails upstate, Cape Vincent and Riverview. You know about that in the Canada? Jails?
Yeah, they was putting dudes. They was putting dudes on them planes. They was bugging.
Right, on the planes, taking them upstate, but we was doing city time. So I was on the second plane up there out the box. They were trying to get rid of all the dudes they felt was a problem. Send them up there. So now, I had a little jury, fresh valleys, to me at the box, on the second plane. So they taking us up there. So we thinking like, yeah, we going up there. So we get up there, they stripping us naked. You can't have jury. Right, we can't have nothing. So dudes like, what? We had to send stuff home. And Jay Quan from Gates, that's my man. And I'm not talking about you, but I'm describing you. It's funny because his head had a curve in it, in the back. If you know what I'm saying, like a crooked head, something in the back. So the COs was getting on, they was ranking on the white, so from the door, he went crazy. He went right to the box. He was the first one up there in the box. That was my man coming from Rikers Island, 6th building. So we get up there. Hey, Vincent was in the plane. So that's
what he did though. He popped off on the police.
He popped off. He was like, you redneck crackers, like, you know what I'm saying? He did a bid already, regular bid. He was in 6th building then. He wasn't having it for them. He was like, what? And they was like, they sent him to the box. And he was in the box, like the first one in the box, like for like months, like lonely, you know what I'm saying? Only dude in the box. The second dude I think went to the box was somebody that tried to sneak a knife out the mess hall, you know what I'm saying? But they sent me to E, but I remember when I went to E, there was only 3 of us. Like, the first people went to D, they filled up D, but my last name was Williams, so when they got to my last name, we was the first ones, me, Smitty. Smitty is my man from the Bronx, Uptown, you could say. He's Dollar Bill brother. Dollar, everybody know Dollar Bill. From Uptown, from the Bronx, whatever. He did time, he came home. He did the episode in court where he flipped on his lawyer and the judge and all that. Dollar Bill, he was locked up, So, as a little brother, it was me, him, and Shot. We was like, there first, like about six of us. Because our last names was like in the back, So we filled up, first. But I stayed there until they brought me back down, and that was the thing with that,
And how
And
them
I can tell
planes
you,
was? Them planes was they was official, or them shits was raggedy?
Nah, it was like a raggedy plane. It was like just seats. And then the rednecks, you know, they was all like 7 feet, 6'2". They was all screaming on the plane, yeah, we got you now, yeah. Got you black colored boys. They was talking how they want to talk, you know what I'm saying?
Niggas is crazy.
Even if it was one white dude there, they was going like, don't worry about it, you all right. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we not going for that Rikers Island. Oh, the whole thing was, they wasn't going for that Rikers Island. Whatever Rikers Island was happening, it ain't happening here. Oh, you got a little jury, you got earrings in your ear, you got this and that. All right, we gonna fix all that when you get up there, you know?
Hey yo, Z-Man, Suicide Polo with the Ski Man, you heard. You know we back at it with that Marcy memoirs. Shout out to the bro Big Slop, shout out to Lil Slop, shout out to Saquon. You heard, executive producing this series. We just speaking to Marcy residents that could give us some of the history behind one of the most famous housing projects in America. You heard? And we don't know enough about Marcy out there. Let's keep it real. We don't know enough about Marcy. So forgive us if we bring the Marcy veterans on the channel to brush us up. You heard? Brooklyn is on deck. You heard? Fort Greene, Marcy, Bed-Stuy, Brownsville. We out here. Make sure y'all subscribe to that channel. Hit that bell so you don't miss no new episodes. You heard? Comment gang, I need y'all to tear this up. You heard? I need about 65 comments on this in the first 30 minutes. That's a fact. You heard? Z-Man, Suicide Polo with the Ski Man running around the hood like He-Man at 3 a.m. with 3 swams. Let's get it.
Puerto Rican dude, like, yo, you alright, bro? I said, yeah, I'm alright. I said, I'm just waiting for some breakfast. He goes, oh, yeah, I know you just came in. Everybody don't eat breakfast. I said, everybody don't eat breakfast? I had a little ice pick that I got over. So I put a little ice pick out, so it's like 10 of them standing around. You know what these niggas had, St. Labs? 007s with the push button. All I had was flick, 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 flick. I said, you know what? Maybe I could wait till lunch. You know what I'm saying? But now I gotta work on the strategy.
Slop,
What's up,
Big
man?
Slop, what up?
Will Smith cousin, man.
Huh?
I ain't know you was Will Smith cousin.
Nah.
He got some jokes. Just don't smack nobody. Say, you know that? And I close my door too, so that noise from the hallway. That's why I get in a wheelchair, you know? Go to the door. You know that, man. It's a struggle, man, but I'm hanging in there, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, I told you last said your shit sound like Biz Smoke.
Oh, you heard my song, right, lad?
Yeah, I heard that. You was spitting though.
Let me tell you, I'm not a rapper, but back in the days in high school, I used to write rhymes. Specifically, I won the rap contest. I don't know because of gangsterness or because I used Roxanne beat, and I was hot back then, you know? First and foremost, I wanna they did an interview with my man Trub on the other side. After they did me, and he did a good job. Trub. And he was saying NAGT, who he's down with. I was down with them too. And Black Smith, my boy, you know, he was like almost the leader. And I didn't hustle or bustle, but I was down with them. Like anytime I needed money, anything, Black Smith made sure I was good. He called trouble 12. Get slop $100, get slop 150. She was slop need. Anytime they had a party, I was good money. Let's talk about NGT. They was good dudes to me.
Shout out to Trump. Shout out to Black. Shout out to Turtle.
Yes. Shout out.
Shout out to the people.
To the peoples. Shout out to Fu Quan from Marcy. Little fool from Marcy.
Peace to the God. Peace to the God.
And my little brother, Little Slot, Apollo, and everybody I know I call B.O. Diamond, my little brother. Love you, y'all. I love y'all, man. All right, foremost, when Trump was talking about the meeting in the park, I was there. And what he was saying was the truth. I didn't hustle, but me and rest in peace to Scar, he was from Cyprus. He was down in Marcy with me that day for some reason or another. That we were trying to take care of something. And we went over there to see Guilford, a name that Trouble mentioned. And he said, yo, it's a meeting in the park today. Walked me over there. And me and Scar just happened to be strapped for a reason or another. You know, we had the homework. So we walked them over there, and we was part of the meeting, but to the side. Like, we wasn't talking, but we was part of the meeting. And tell right, the meeting was intense, and dudes were trying to get it straight, you know? So I just want to say I was a witness to that meeting. It was in 297 Park, you know? So
that was accurate. I thought
that was accurate information. Yes.
So I thought when he was talking about the park, I thought he was talking about Marcy Park right then and there.
Right. I don't know if they had another meeting in Marcy Park, but I know the meeting I was at. I can't remember all the plays, but it was a lot of dudes from different sides of the products that hustled was at the meeting. I'm talking about 297. So I don't know if it was one meeting, two meetings, but I know I was at this meeting that day.
Yeah, that was the meeting, right there.
That's the meeting that I was at, and it was, you could tell everybody wanted to get money, so everybody was trying to get on the same page, you know? To pick them up in the car, you know, Fuji always kept a nice car, pick them up from school, and we used to always pick up Black Smith from school, from Van Arsdale, to take care of whatever, you know? So he was young. All these dudes is young, man, doing it. They wasn't in their 20s, they wasn't old yet, they was still in school. Going to school. These dudes is young. There was a young crew that was in Marcy that was with a young leader, you know? Yeah. So, you know, that's that, you know?
Gotcha.
But, I want to tell you about one day, since I brought up Black Smith name, you know, Tut, OG Tut, you know, legendary Tut, everybody know Big Tut. One day, he had to come to Marcy to take care of some business. So, when he called me, I wasn't around. I forgot. So I called Black Smith, my little man. I said, listen, I need you to do me a favor. Tut is on Myrtle Avenue in Nostrand. Can you meet him and just walk him around? And, you know. And so he said, I'll do that for you, Slop. All right. So he met him, and when he was walking with Tut, he said when he was walking through, the OGs that's Tut age started running to the building. So he didn't know. He seen niggas running. So they called him like, yo, come here. So, you know, he told me later on, they was like, you know who you walking with? He said, nah, well, Slop people, you know, Slop people. They said, nah, you with Tut. They said, yo. He said, nah, it's all good, the Slop people. But he said the OGs, not to say their name, like if he didn't want to say their names, you know, that's his platform, but he said they ran. When they seen it, they didn't know what was going on. You know? And
they know his work ethic.
They know his work ethic, right. They know his work ethic. I know one day he did come around Marcy's story, and for one reason or another, he seen the OGs like how about standing them. And then they was like, oh, what you doing down here? You know, 'cause they know him. You know, what you doing down here, you know? He said, nah, my man Slop, because something happened. I forgot what it was. He was trying to make sure I was all right. He said, nah, Slop. They said, oh, Slop? We know him, he's from the other side. He said, he's all right. He said, yeah, he all right. He's from the other side. He's from Big Box Building. You know, they used to call my building Big Box Building. So they said, nah, he all right. And I missed him again that day, but he came around because he heard something
but it wasn't my name. It was another name, but people got my name mixed up. So that was the thing. You know, a few people that I'm cool with felt I really didn't know them, you know, but I don't know why they would think, you know, that, you know, but nevertheless, that's another story, man. Now, I want to get into, I had little beefs in Marcy here and there, but most of the time, it wasn't on my time. It was on somebody I was close to time, and I was involved somehow. So one day, I was involved in the beef that happened that somehow I got mixed, you know, they ran up on me, one of the person from that crew. So that night, I'm like, I'm gonna get this straight. But I had to go to church. Like I told you, I was a church boy. I played the organ. That's right. I played the organ. So that's right. I never, if I was in the streets, I wasn't nowhere, like out of town or something maybe, or locked up. I went to church. I never disrespected my father. I was there for him to play the organ. On Sundays, Friday nights, he gets to depend on me. On Friday nights, we be in mid, Fuji and all of us. I be like, I ain't going to church, man. Fools would drive me to church, sit in the service. You know, he'll go home, change first, sit in the service with me. And then at the end of the night, we go to Union Square, Atlanta Quarters. Whoever with Fools, we all be together for the night, you know? Mm-hmm. You know? So, Fools was at the church with me. Sometime Monday night prayer, we be in midnight, yo, I don't go to prayer tonight. He be like, how did we come? And my pops knew certain dudes because they did come to the church and they be, you know, they didn't mind. They come in for an hour or two. They was there. My pops knew them. So I had to be
wow, that's
time.
Crazy.
So
that's
I felt I had to get it straight because I can't sleep on nothing that's a beef. And while I had backup of people I can call around Brooklyn, that was my piece that had my back. If I may say their name, I can always have called True or Big House from Albany. These are my peoples that I can call, you know? Even from some of the, now all those was my little homies, you know? I would never call them for a Marcy beef, but if I had to call them, they was my peoples, you know? They respected me as, you know, whether it was big homie or whatever, or equal whatever, but I was older, but I was, you know, got close with them because unique and all that, you know? But nevertheless, I had the beef, and I felt it was
hitters.
I had beef with heavy hitters in Marcy, but it wasn't with the leader. It was one of his, you know, one of his underlings that
his affiliates.
His affiliates that felt like, who slop? He ain't nobody. I run up on him, you know. So he ran up on me, put in my building, boom. Gun, if he click, it ain't go off. So that night, I said, you know what? I gotta go. I didn't call Schmidt. I didn't call nobody.
It wasn't a robbery. They just was trying to hit you.
A misunderstanding. One of they little mans was by my building, and the people that they had a beef with was my peoples, and they was by my building, like trying to ask me, you know, something about something else, you know, because one of my peoples was coming home, so they was there. So he seen that person, and they must have ran back and said, "Oh, slop this, oh this and that," and the person was like, "Slop, he ain't nobody." And then when he tried to get the team to run up on me, from what I understand, they was like, "Nah, yo, leave that alone." Like, boom, and he was like, I go over there. He went over there, and he clicked, me and dude, boom, boom, slop, whatever, you ain't nobody. I was like, what? He went, what? Threw the gun in my face. You know, some ladies on the bench were screaming right in front of my building. So that night, I wanted to make sure I get it straight. I was looking for the leader. So as I walk into Murder Avenue, I see the little group, not him, but I see the, you know, 3 or 4 of them come out of the liquor store. So I said, yo, let me speak to you for a minute. So, you know, we was talking about, you know, situation and whatever we got straight. So I had the burn on me. So one of them said, yo, why you look like you reaching? I said, I'm not reaching, but I do have what I have on me. And he said, oh, we have too. So I got in the cab, I went to church. So I'm called, I can't play the organ with a gun in my waist. So I put the gun in the organ seat. I want all the people in the church to forgive me because that was wrong. I didn't think about it like danger,
that's right.
But, you know, it was a situation that, you know, that I did.
God understand, brother. God understand.
Yes. So, you know, and I won't say that's the only time I did it, but the organ seat was a hiding place for the, you know, nobody going to organ seat but me, you know? And I sat there the whole time, and, you know, when it was time to leave, I'm like one of the last ones to leave out, you know?
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, I had to put the gun in the organ seat, then go back home, like, you know? So, I mean, that's how life was. That's what I'm saying. I didn't do nothing different from nobody else. And sometimes I had situations that you have to handle, and some situations you get into is rough, but like I said, a lot of things I wasn't chosen. Somebody asked me about Peter Merck. Rest in peace.
Yeah,
Merck was around my age.
Okay.
It was OG gangsters.
Okay, now hold on.
Yes.
Now, you're talking about Pete and Merck right now, because you had stick-up kids out there too.
Right, they were stick-up kids. They were stick-up kids.
Okay, now they like now amongst did they have a crew? Because I only heard of their names, and when I heard of their names, it was one time I was out there, and I think I only seen them two, Pete and Merck.
They had a crew. They had Dion, his brother, Nug. They had Pete, Merck. Sometimes Merck brother E be with them, you know, be home, but be like, shout out to E. Shout out to Dion. He's a preacher now, from what I understand. Mm-hmm. And I want to say to Dion, that time when I went to the 6th building and I had a problem with the Valleys, he seen me in the Meso, and he did come to my house after the situation and said, yo, my boy SLOP from Marcy down there. But I already went through what I went through, but he did come down and try to make sure I was all right. Shout out to Dion.
Shout out to Dion.
Shout out to Dion. They had a crew. When it came down to it, they had Best Style. They had a crew. It was a good 6 or 7 of them. Pow Wow was with them when he was around. You know, they had a crew. They had Bourne, the Haven brother Bourne, down with them. They had a crew. Believe me or not, they had a crew. Like, the situation happened, it wasn't just them two. They had a crew. Sumner, Tommy Too Tough. You know, I know he's in my class. So they had people. They had a little crew. So, but in the early days, like, I was just coming out, you know, like, really coming out. I used to run with Joe Bang and them, touchdown, rest in peace. And Gazelles was coming out, you know? And we used to snatch Gazelles and all that, Joe Bang and us. We used to ride the train, look for Gazelles and stuff like that. Or go to Delancey Street, look for somebody wearing Gazelles and try to snatch them, you know?
Okay.
You know?
And what year was that going on? What year was that going on?
It had to be the Gazelles era, like
84,
82, 83, right? 84, like that, right? Because I even got locked up and had a pair of Gazelles on, right? And it's crazy that I made it through Central Bookings. I don't know how, because I was a little dude, because dudes talk about on the island, it was tough. Going to Brooklyn, Central Bookings, you was getting robbed. You didn't even have to go to court to get robbed or go to jail. Niggas was taking sneakers, niggas was robbing you, changing outfits in the pen. Central Bookings was a robbery spree for some cats. Dudes was getting this, like, yo, you fought it. I ain't fight, you fought it. Oh, one of y'all niggas fought it, y'all gotta fight. You know what I'm saying? Niggas played for seats. Yeah, niggas was making them anything, man. But this was 16 to 21. Like 16 to 18, you may have one pen of adolescent. But this was 16 to 21, so you got 3 pens of Brooklyn dudes getting locked up. So it's mad dudes in there, dudes getting locked up in groups. You may get locked up by yourself or one other cat. Some dudes getting locked up in groups. I got locked up in like 4 or 5 people at one time in Manhattan pens a couple times. Little Dorian from Howard was my co-defendant, Little Sean at one time, you know? One time for the first case, Quan from Marcy, my little man, he had to be like 13. We going to hit a window. Around
a jewelry store window?
A jewelry store window. We was going to hit windows sometimes from digging. Somebody said a window. We was going to hit it, but before we got to the window, 2 dudes with us took a chain from a lady. So now we get surrounded in the park. I had nothing to do with it. They rushed a few of us, lay down. So they laid down like 15 people, but at the end, only like 7 or 8 of us got locked up. The lady pointed us out, so it was shout out Edgar from Rockaway, Ed from Rockaway Ave, Fats from Van Dyke, our co-defendant, Sincere from Canarsie, I believe, his cousin Dre from the Bronx, me, Fuquan from Marcy, Little Fool, Little Artie, rest in peace, Canarsie, and another girl from Farragut. She was with us, and we got locked up. And I remember the pen for Quan from Marcy, and the girls slipped out their cuffs. But they didn't try to leave. They slipped out their cuffs, was walking around. But they did leave from the prison because they was, they was at not they was minor. They was sparkly, like there. So that was the first case, and we all caught time from that. Sincere called like a 3 to 9, Fats 2 to 4, Edgar 1 to 3. I finally got the bullet, even though I had open cases. When I went to 6th building and came home from that, I got remanded. I still had to go to court for 2 cases that wasn't settled. And it was so long that the judge was like, all right, we ain't ready, Your Honor. The judge said, well, you had a year and over 2 years on this case. Dismissed. So that was that with that.
But hold on. Let me ask you one question.
Okay, I'm listening.
Because
yes,
I remember clear as days that you was like one of the only dudes that was beating trial. You stayed going to the show. You was the show master because you like, what? We going to the show. And I'm like, damn, trial. Why everything? Boom, you beat one. Next one. Boom, you beat that one. Like, give me some insight on that, because I was figuring
I've been trial 5 times. Now, the insight is 84th Precinct downtown, right?
Right.
They target me because I used to be in the mall.
Right.
So when they had cases, like if I had 5 cases, 3 of them I wasn't really involved, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
They targeted me, but I had a case. They had tried to pick me up, come to my house, or whatever, or catch me downtown, whatever. So I had cases. So, I had William Farrell as my private lawyer that I had. And shout out to William Farrell because he was a good lawyer. And I got him through Michelle Myers. I beat trial 5 times. And a couple cats at Marcy had William Farrell like I did. And their case turned out good for them. Puerto Rican Ralphie, who Trump spoke about, used to be with Guilford and them. He had William Farrell, and his case turned out, good, for the situation. And Snowy had William Farrell.
Okay.
And William Farrell came to Marcy when he had me. Like, I had him first before those guys.
So you referred them to him?
No, I didn't. It just happened that when they had him, he called me. I got a case. And I said, oh, I know him. He'd be like, yeah, I got their case. We always kept in touch throughout those years. He came to Marcy one day to look for me. He wanted to play basketball. I told him I'd be playing basketball on Myrtle Ave. So he came through with his basketball gear. And he didn't see me. And he was giving out his cards. I remember he ran up on Stan Burrell and them, but they already had like Soundberg, stuff like that. But, he seen cats. When I came home that day, they said, yo, they already came through in a brand new Infinity. I said, yeah, Will Ferrell. He just giving out his card. They said, yo, he was cool. I said, yeah, he's cool. So, he did a lot of like Chinese games. He had one of them as clients. When I used to go to court, they go to court too. We go out to eat. Because, I had a case in Manhattan. We go to a restaurant, they be like, Slop, we got it, don't pay for nothing. And it'd be like a big pot, and we all dig in a pot to eat. And I was cool with them. These guys was young. They was out on bail. And they was like kidnapping and racketeering. I forgot their name.
That's all the Chinese get locked up for. Bodies, kidnapping, and extortion.
They got $500,000 of bail, and they out. They out. But they was little skinny, looking like you. But they was dangerous. They was dangerous. I beat trial 5 times, and I ain't do nothing different from nobody else, but like I always say, through the grace of God on my side, that's what happened, And I beat trial 5 times on cases that I would have copped out to, but I get out on bail. and I take it to trial, and I beat it, you know.
You was about to say something about Pete and Merck.
Oh, all right, Pete and Merck. Speaking of kids, right? So in the early days, you know, all gangsters, that what I found out, they don't stick you up, they got game too. So I took a pair of Gazelles with Joe Bang. I guess the project found out. So when they ran up on Joe Bang, somehow, or somebody else from Flushing, Slop got the glasses. Right? They knock on my door. So it's like an old school game. I don't know if this ever happened to anybody, but some old school dudes gonna know what I'm talking about. They knock on my door, they told my father, get your son took a pair of glasses out of my house. So now the glasses I took was on the kitchen table. So I just came in. So my pops, they said, there we go right there, Rev. I hear that. So I come running in. My pops said, you took these guy glasses? Who glasses these? You don't got no glasses. I said, it's not theirs, Dad. That's mine. She said, so he was trying to hand it to him. I said, no, those Joseph glasses, my friend. You know, Joe Bang.
Mm-hmm.
So they almost got it, but they didn't got it. Because I grabbed them back. I said, it's Joseph. And they said, Rev, he lying. And then my pops was like, well, I gotta figure this out, you know, because my pops was smart. So that's what happened with Pete and Merck, you know, that time in the early days. Not saying he went in trying to get me for it another way or snatch up my face, whatever. But that's the technique they used that day. You know what I'm saying?
So hold on. You saying that this is a common practice that the OGs, when they knew niggas was out there doing riff-raff.
Young boys, right.
And the young boys doing riff-raff, and they couldn't tame them. They'd go to their crib and tell their parents something about they came up like, yo, he took money out my... I never heard of that one. Oh,
that's the game. That's the game.
That was the game.
Like, when I was going digging, right, I'm not going to bring their names up because it's neither here or there, but it's a situation that I heard young dudes coming back in the East and all that had pockets, and dudes are knocking their mother's door, or your son, this and that, and, you know, you better get my money back. And the mother be like, well, you got this guy money? And the mother be scared, you know, they scared, you know, a scare tactic. And the young boy come up with some money. Let me tell you, when I first started getting money, right? I don't know if anybody else had to do this. Early days, 13, 14, get a little money. Because my crew in Marcy, I never said, was Power Wow. In the early days, shit. We ain't going to school, we playing hooky. Power Wow, Powerful, Marvin Cherry, Facts. My first Primies. Every day being together. Conan, rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Conan.
Rest in peace. Little Al, we used to be together every day, like at the junior high school grade team, or doing whatever. That was our crew. We didn't go to school. Like, we started to play hooky, you know? When I first got to high school, I wasn't going to school. I was playing hooky some days, and I'd be with Marvin Cherry every day, and Fat, you know, they call him Fat, Pow Wow, Al, Conan, Reggie Moose, a kid named Money, and John Billy. That was our crew.
Yo, so was it truant back in them days? Was it truant patrol and all that?
Yeah, but we know we dodge them. We know how to do it.
Alright.
We by the school, she'll come around. They go by the schools, but see, back in the day, the schools come out to the yard. So when schools come out to the yard, we in the yard with them. We have our friends, you know, we in the yard playing with them. The teachers, they knew us. We was the crew around the school, so teachers and them knew us for being around the school. But we wasn't, like, palm in the school, you know what I'm saying? We just played hooky around 318. It was some benches outside the yard. So, another story with Peter Murphy. One night, my little man from Cyprus named Tretch, named Gary, he got killed, I think around the plazas. And that's when I used to run with Lil Yu-Yu and them used to run with me from Cyprus. That was my I love you, little bro, Lil Yu-Yu. He started running with me. You know, his older brother Rick Martin was in jail.
Yeah.
You started being with me. Forgot how we met, but I had a little Gary. We had Fellow, rest in peace, Sharif. All the little dudes used to be with me at one time. You know, come downtown. Shout out to Kasim. Yeah.
Shout out to Kaz.
My peeps. She know she been to Junction with them too. The little Ma. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Black Doe.
You know, 9 Finger, all of them used to be there, right, too. So,
Rob? 9 Finger Rob?
Right. So, you know, that was like the crew I was with after picking on them. You know, they was after, you know, they was coming around, being around, you know? So, little Yu and them and all that. So, one night I'm sitting there, I'm coming from the heat, so I went around to meet Yu and them. So it's like, you know, I'm depressed. I'm sitting on the bench like 2 hours in Marcy. So Pete and Merc come down the hill, fast. So I had a homework on me. So they come down, too fast for a nigga to move, like to try to play it off. You know, like
you was you was heavy. You was heavy. You had on that.
I was heavy-handed. I was heavy-handed. You know, so I'm sitting there heavy-handed. So they come down, Slop, what's up? I'm like, what's up? I'm thinking I'm about to get got. You know, I'm all right with them, but I'm thinking, you know, sticker kid in the morning. I got the triplets. It's their time.
Right.
But they can't stop me. What's up? You all right? I said, I'm all right. They said, yo, be careful out there. We just caught something. On murder or something. And then it just kept going. Like I said, I wasn't chosen, but that was a situation that I would have had to come out. You know, like that. You know, that I didn't have to come out. Like they didn't choose me, but they were really official stick-up kids. And a lot of cats listening know what I'm saying. Like, you see them, you on point.
It ain't discriminate against whoever,
no,
whatever,
they discriminate. They coming.
Right. Now you had a bunch of variety of sticker kids out there. You had a bunch of getting money dudes, and this is what I always didn't understand. Like, how the fuck everybody out here get money, and everybody getting money a different way. And
that era, I think every project everywhere, when that era came out, crack, it was just, everybody was eating. Marcy was a time that if you walk through Marcy, even as a female, you don't know who's who, because everybody fresh. Everybody looking like they getting money. All sides of the project, everybody. You know, everybody. Like I said, I never got money like that in Marcy, or was like that, but we go out early. I go out early. I come back to Marcy. I be on the sets. I sit around the living room. I be around there. And it looked like I was getting money over there, but I wasn't. I was just around where it was live, you know?
Right. In that living room, boy.
In that living room, right. So, yeah. Let me tell you about the time, right? I'm saying last. Yeah, Shot. Let me tell you about Shot. We there in town doing what we do. Me, Shot's cousin Fool, somebody else. So it was a long day. Nothing happened. It was dry. All of a sudden, something comes through. Shot getting it. Anybody that knew Shot wasn't smooth with it. Shot make a little scene. You know what I'm saying? So Shot get it. So that day it was a scuffle of a ruffle. So Shot had to break out. You know? It was hot. So we didn't see Shot. So we like that. What happened to Shot? He broke out on us. So me and Fool seen something else. Fool took care of it. So when we got to Marcy, I remember that day. I told Fool, now Shot, I'll say, I don't know if you remember. I said, make sure you piece off Shot. I don't know if Shot remember. I don't know if he remember.
Bro, the crew. Hold on, I gotta shout out Star, man.
Star, yeah, Star.
I have to.
From Wallaby, I think.
Yes, yo, he was a good brother. He represented, man. And Jameek, I remember, yo, this is what the crew used to do, right? It was time.
Little Slop bought Jameek and Star
out the house.
Out the house for that.
Okay, for that, not out the house, but for that situation.
I think period. Star came to Marcy with Slop. Little Slop, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something, right? These guys' work ethic was bar none.
Yeah.
Class act.
Yeah.
Bro, it was times that I remember when they then came back, Star. I remember this is what brothers used to do. Star, we ain't even go out. Star coming back and breaking brothers off. Yo, here.
Right.
Up, boom, boom, boom. So, you know, that was part of the structure. And when from seeing shit like that, it's like, oh, okay, boom. This is what I need to be a part of. This right
here. That
all
came from me, man.
It came from you. Yeah. This is why I'm saying that, because that ethic right there was unheard of at that time, because these bastards was like fucking sharks. everywhere. It was just foul play everywhere you go. So that right there showed me like, all right, cool. I'm with motherfuckers I can trust, motherfuckers that I can deal with, motherfuckers I can extend myself on all counts and all levels from here on out. Just from that deed right there, because it's rare. You don't be around motherfuckers like that. You be around motherfuckers that be in secret competition with you. You be motherfuckers that be stashing. You know what I'm saying? You be motherfuckers that be, you know what I'm saying, get around other niggas and then don't even want to fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? And it's not that you did nothing, it's that they trying to be a part of something else, thinking that's better. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be like, yo, man, You
said that nigga, you said Star used to be like a good luck charm with that digging shit down there?
Now wait.
Star was getting brick, he was getting,
Hold up, but
I remember up north used to be like, yo, nah, that nigga had the golden hands.
Right.
It's 2 stars, both of them.
2 stars, both of them though. Both of them. Both of them was world class, grade A. It's like, god damn.
Every time they hit something, it's a bonus, right? It's a bonus.
Right. So what happened? A lot of guys try to get around these guys. You know what I'm saying? Because they know it's gonna be a hell of a day. You with me?
Fuji was a bonus.
Now Fuji is
whatever he hit was a bonus, man.
He's the creme of the creme when you talk about the bonus. He invented and started the bonus.
He said you hit nothing. If you see a bonus,
listen,
you ain't getting it.
So you gotta understand, like, matter of fact, he's the architect, matter of fact.
Right.
That's just that. Anybody got something to say about that? You know what I'm saying? You can hit my line direct and you won't question that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because what we talking about is not everybody was getting money. Everybody know niggas was getting money. You had niggas that was just going to snatch 22 carats on Canal Street. You had certain niggas that was just hitting diamonds. You had certain niggas that was hitting money bags, roaming them niggas, you know what I'm saying, hucking them niggas, you know what I'm saying? So you had a variety of different dudes that was doing different things. But when it came to digging, meeting downtown to go and dig, nah, Slop know about how that origin started.
Let me tell you, he bring up Huck, right? Saint Lad, Huck. He was like, one day he boosted, one day he's in pockets, one day he's snatching the money bag, one day he playing dice, getting mad money. Slop was, Huck was a war trades, I ain't gonna lie. One day he snatched the diamond. Huck was into everything, man. Maybe he played 3-card Molly too. I don't know. But he was involved in a lot of stuff. You don't know what he be doing from one day or another. He'd be with the girls one day in the stores, and next day he's with the peeps, and you know, he was an all-around dude to get money. Huck didn't have just one hustle. Well, I give it to him. He was, you know. Next day he rushed to the store with the crew, you know. Yeah, but I did have one story. I don't know if I said the last time. It didn't go through. You know C-95, right? St. Lance?
Facts.
Puerto Rico, Mexico, whatever they call it. I went there one time. Well, the first time I went there, I was already down for a while, a lot of months. And, you know, I had a little jury. They put me in an overload for C-73. Overload overnight. So I went over there. I'm slop, you know what I'm saying? So I went to one top. One top, I believe it was one top, with no movement. You could get your breakfast and lunch there and all that, you know? Like, I guess they call it CMC house. There was no movement. So I went there in the morning, like 2 o'clock. So I had a little jury on. I was fresh, you know? So I took a shower. It was like 5 of us went to that house overnight. They put us there, so everybody, of course, had tickets and whatever. So in the morning, it's time for breakfast. These niggas waking up, kicking beds, you know what I'm saying? Yo, take a shower, we take a shower, you know, all that. So I'm up like, yo, you took a shower? I'm like, yeah, I took a shower. So somebody said, yo, I seen them get in the shower, the water was running, you know? So now I'm thinking, all right, that's niggas' tactics to try to get me. So now this little midget dude, Puerto Rican dude, like, yo, you all right, bro? I said, yeah, I'm all right. I
said, I'm just waiting for some breakfast. He goes, oh, yeah, I know you just came in. Everybody don't eat breakfast. I said, everybody don't eat breakfast? I said, wow, I never heard of this. So I had a little ice pick that I got over. I put up the ice pick, right? So it's 50 people, I believe, in the house. Like 35 must have been Spanish. So I put a little ice pick out, so it's like 10 of them standing around. You know what these niggas had, St. Labs?
What?
007s with the push button. All I had was flick, 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 flick. About 3 of them. I said, you know what? Maybe I could wait till lunch. You know what I'm saying? But now I gotta work on the strategy. Because it was either get poked up. I might have caught one person. Like a lot of guys would say, yo, I caught one person, got in the house. But I would have been wearing a shit bag or something. You know what I'm saying? That day. So I'm thinking, so I'm like, all right, niggas scheming. That's the plot. So niggas walked away. So I believe it was Inf. I believe it was my man Inf from Albany. He popped up. Oh, yo, stop. Yeah, yo, what's up? He said, yo, oh, I said, yeah, I came in last night. So it was Ken H.C. from Rockaway knew me. So he was like, So I said, yo, you see what happened? He was like, nah. He said, boom, boom. He said, all right, don't worry. But I'm worried because it's 35 Puerto Ricans in the house. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Even though he's just, he get busy. So I believe that was the time I was with him, right? He was the one that said it. Style brother. So that night, nothing happened. So I'm there like 2 days. 3 days. So the next morning, I didn't wake up. I didn't fully wake up. I see niggas placing breakfast on by my bed. You know what I'm saying? So whatever happened was like, I'm there, but I'm still thinking niggas scheming. And then it's crazy. I was on another overload. Again, my name came up on the overload, and I went back to C73. I don't know how.
What year was this?
Ooh. 91 or 90? No, 90, I think. 90, I believe. Like 89 to 90, like that. Because that's when, I tell you, that's when I was with me, Mark Cross, C73, Preem, Preem Dostrin, Quincy Preem.
Quincy.
Right. We had Jerm Rockwell, Jerm from Linden, Rockwell. We had a little crew. London was with us. We always meet in the law library every day. We didn't work when we went to the gym at night. I forgot who had to hook up Preem and Mark Cross, but we all got pulled to the gym with the working dudes at night. And we all met at the law library every day, like who came in the building, what we doing, this and that, And me bring up this time, I was doing my Gucci jacket on. I was adult, and I had a bracelet on. That in the pen, I had a beef with a Spanish cat, right? Future bookings. So when we got to Brooklyn house, receiving room, I walked in the pen. He got there before me. I didn't see him, but when I walked in, I seen Tracy Washington, rest in peace, and Bum Bum from Marcy. Channel Bum Bum. So they like, shh. So you know how it is? I don't know how y'all roll, but when we seen each other, we wasn't like all the time like, hey, yo, what's up? We was like, shh.
Yeah, we cool, yeah.
I know we know each other. You know what I'm saying? The pen crowd, we trying to see what's, like, shh. So they like, shh. So the kid jumped up and tried to hit me with an ice. He tried to hit me with an ice pick or a poker. The Spanish kid. He caught me in my.
What y'all was beefing about though?
I think over a seat. Shit your bookings. I think it was over something happened over a seat or something. It was something. I forgot what it was. Looking, you know how that was, looking or something.
Ice grilling.
Right. So when he got to Brooklyn house, he must have got somebody working in the receiving room must have blessed him. That's what I'm figuring. You know what I'm saying?
Hold up. Was he a Spanish nigga that's like?
Larry King.
Okay, so he speak English and all that, all right.
Right, Larry King. So he came at me with an ice pick or a poker, whatever poker he had, and he caught my Gucci jacket. He caught me in the back, he caught me in the arm. But anybody knows those jackets made by Dapper Dan had the real strong leather on it. So I had holes in my jacket, but it didn't penetrate my skin. So right after that, Bum Bum and Tracy jumped up on him. We pounded him out. So the CO came. They don't know nothing about my jacket. They just seen him, and they moved niggas around. You know what I'm saying? So that happened with that, and And as I went through, like, Brooklyn House, I got upstairs and whatever. I didn't really know the kid, but I knew he was my man. He was from Farragut. His name was Twin. It was some twins in Farragut. Right, one of them was dead, but he's my man, rest in peace, Choo from Mars, that's his peoples. I knew that, but he was running the house. So when I got upstairs...
Was it, Sean and Antoine?
No, not Sean and Antoine.
Not Sean and Antoine?
I knew them, but some other twins. They must have been like 53 or a little, whatever, 50, but they was...
All right. I didn't think you know. The dark-skinned brothers. They dark-skinned brothers.
Right. I didn't know.
I know
But that was my man, Choo peoples. He was running the house, but what happened was, I got up there and they got transferred like within the same hour. And when they got transferred, you know, Staten Island always been in the Brooklyn house because they wasn't getting sent to the island unless they did something real wild. They always stayed in the Brooklyn house. This was Staten Island. So when they left, it was a kid from Staten Island saying, yo, just because niggas left the phone. So I said, yo, I'm gonna have to use it. He said, nah, not you, big man. I'm talking about the other dudes. So that was a funny incident, you know. So after that, I went to the Navy Yard and the captain seen holes in my jacket. He pretty much made me sit at home. He was like, yo, it's like April. You don't need that jacket. You know what I'm saying?
Hold up. I want you to pause for a minute. You said you went to, because you got to remember that's no longer a facility no more. When you was on Flushing. The name of that was across the street from our projects. And tell them the name of the facility.
The Brooklyn Navy Yard. Most of the time you get caught in Brooklyn or Manhattan courts, they would send you in an overload. And it was good for Brooklyn dudes because your people's right in Brooklyn will visit you fast and then going to Rikers Island.
Was the Navy Yard wild like the island?
It was wild, man. The dudes being there. I remember one time they brung from HDM, they brung Righteous out the Righteous for Rikers, Little Gary for Flatbush, and Laquan from Best-Style. They was doing hectic at HDM. They sent them to the Navy Yard, and it was like payday for them. The dudes in the Navy Yard was wearing stuff that they wouldn't be wearing at HDM, you know? You get comfortable, you know, you somewhere you get comfortable. But that's why dudes don't like to get transferred when you're adults, because you go somewhere and if in jail, it wasn't the same, man. Adolescent, we had razors. Maybe some niggas might have had big ice picks or big swords, but a razor, you was pretty much good. You go to HDM, you pull out a razor, a nigga be like, a razor? A nigga fight you. Nigga like, you got a razor? Niggas pulling out ice picks or swords, you know? It was, you know, they see 73 and they Fredericks. When a riot squad come in your house, and they don't find nothing, and they know something happened the day before or whatever, they send Fredericks as a regular CO. He's walking around the day road, he's walking around. He's gonna find something. So what I learned from Fredericks, sometimes you gotta give him something. You know what I'm saying? Your friend, he's sitting in the left corner over there, you may find something. You know what I'm saying? Because your house is hot.
Yeah, your house is hot.
More times, but they said, hey,
right, you gotta get him out of there. Yeah.
He was naturally to find stuff. If it's hitting someone else, not in yourself. So one day he found the sword that I had. I forgot we even had it. He looked in the ceiling. It was a piece of white that go across the sheetrock. You know, the white strips.
Right, the white strips that hold the sheetrock up.
Right, I caught it in the corner and we pointed it out. It was a long sword. He found that. I forgot I had it. When the Puerto Ricans seen that, those niggas asking each other, yo, who had that? Those niggas looking at us like, these niggas had that shit? Word. Second found that day he probably got a combination, man, a star or something.
So hold on. I'm hearing you making references. So was it a kind of a kind of race war going on at that time?
Yeah, the blacks had 3 hours and the Spanish had 3 hours. She said it 3. The Navy Yard, people had the phone, whatever. It was always like a 3-hour span in a lot of places. You know, that had one phone. So we didn't have 2 or 3 phones, with one phone. So they had 3 hours, we had 3 hours. So it was times when it was like 3 blacks, and we had 3 hours, and the Puerto Ricans would be like 6 or 7, they'd be mad. But you'd be like, that's what it is. And the Puerto Ricans might have 2 or 3 people. Now we had 6 or 7, 9/7. That turned to a war. You know what I'm saying?
It was all cell houses in the Navy Yard.
It was dorms.
It was dorms.
Yeah, it was no cells.
Crazy.
It was dorms. It was 33 beds, I believe, or 33, man. It was dorms. It was a kid named Military Black. You go to his house, get some Browns or something. Everybody had to do push-ups in the morning. Everybody had to work out, unless you had a medical condition. Yo, a kid named Zuma from Notion Ave. He didn't care about phone time. He ran the TV. At 8 o'clock, we all had to watch National Geographic. I don't care if the basketball game was on. We watching National Geographic at 8 o'clock. So he'll cut you. You touch that TV. You know what I'm saying? Dudes had different perks, man. It was like, jail. And dudes that's down, you know, like with the crew, you respected it. You know what I'm saying? Yo, that's his day, the TV. You know? That's his day. You know? Dudes will cut you or whatever for stupid reasons, you know? Yeah, but that's the time. Yeah.
But I want to ask this. So now back to the island, and when you was in 9-5, when they was trying to dead you on the breakfast, and when you was in 73, was it a race type tension vibe going on?
Yeah. Puerto Rican.
The Latin King.
Yeah. The Yektas was out too. Remember, the Yektas was out there too. Like, it was deep. But we had a mob. Like, our mob was a mob. Like, I didn't have, I mean, the Puerto Ricans had problems in my house. Let me tell you, when the conflict came in my house, that was heavy. When I first got to C-73 to the house, the Puerto Ricans was there trying to run stuff. Rashawn from LG. Everybody know Rock. Yeah, well, that time there was Rock. I know him a little bit from New York, but he came, and there was a kid named Light from Cyprus. But he looked at black, but he was Puerto Rican. So when they came, those niggas was talking about the phone. So the Puerto Ricans overnight was making a plan for the morning. But they were talking in Spanish. They didn't know Light speaks Spanish. They were talking about running that nigga's cell. Boom, boom, they running up on niggas. You're gonna catch them one by one throughout the day. So Light heard this. So now he telling Ra, so in the morning, like, niggas know when you call out breakfast, you gotta call your cell number out, right? These niggas calling out these niggas' cell numbers, these Puerto Ricans still asleep. 16! The niggas running up on niggas' cells, hitting them up. So they knew the plan already. So they talking on their own plan, because the Puerto Ricans talking all night what they gonna do. They didn't know Light knew Spanish, so those niggas tore the house up. They tore the house up. They got moved. They tore them niggas up. The three niggas I was popping Joe. So what happened was, now I'm upcoming. I just got there. So the phone, Diablo was still there. This Diablo was a Dominican dude. So it was me and him. So me and him had the phones. He had what he had, I had what I had. So two of the worst dudes, I named worst dudes before, but two dudes that turn up havoc if they come to your house, that you can't really control. You tell them to chill, but they can't just chill. They came back to back on the same day. Abgard from Pink Houses came to the house. And then right after that, Todd Nichols came. So, you know, they was like, you know, they was hyped. They was, you know, on troublemaker tip. So they came in. This dude's there that's regular cool that I had on my team that was cool. They got money, but they wasn't, you know, they was a different type of lifestyle. They was getting money. So one dude from, you know, he's getting money. So I said, yo, Ab, these niggas is cool. I go on a visit, come back, Ab got on smacked him. I'm like, Ab, I tell you, this nigga on the same team. Now, you know, these niggas is bitches, you know, the nigga, they don't want no business in yes, nigga won't do this to me in New York. Don't worry about it. So I'm just like, man, like this is not, you know, but they came, but they was home team with me in the house, so I'm not against them, you know what I'm saying? But they can't have it. But the one day that came have it, when I was beefing with Diablo, every day we going at it about something, but nothing happened yet. Energetic. come in my house. I never ever heard a kid named Energetic. He pops off. Little Energetic came in my house. So about the phone. So we got Energetic some time. He with me. So Ross come in. For really being true. A nigga mentioned Ross on my comment. He thought I was talking about Ross when I said Power Wow. Ross official, you know. He come in. You know, he get that walk. So he come in right away talking to me. They worried. The Puerto Ricans looking worried because they see like we building up like some a stronger team, you know. So Ross come in. He look at the phone. He like, yeah. So I'm saying, Ross. So Ross said, I said, Ross, we on the phone. Ross said, I need an hour, slap. He said, yo, you Puerto Ricans gonna have to give something up. So I'm like, alright, so it's tension now. That's when I go to court, and I think I told a story, and these niggas turning it up, and the whole house is in the pen. Like Washington turned it up when I left. And for one pen, it was a Puerto Rican, the other pen was a black. They both calling me, yo, Slab. Yo, you know what happened? And they both, like, talking to me, like, you know, but they sent me back to the house, but that's what happened. You know, the niggas turned it up with that. But, that was C73. But, yeah, that's that, with that, man, you know? Yeah, but the Marcy was, like, as a kid, right? Not, you know, to get with some nice parts of Marcy. As a kid, I told my family, we always, all holidays, we went to Foster Park. We went on picnics. My closest friends could come with me. Like, my pops and moms were good people. We went for the summer down south, stuff like that. When other kids, they didn't have the privilege like I had. So, you know, when I had no reason to be pushed to the streets. You know? You know, I didn't get sneakers like, I got sneakers when school started. And then my birthday came, I went out, I had parties. And then maybe Christmas, I get sneakers, but I still had to get church clothes, you know?
Right.
On Easter, I may get a church suit instead of getting a sweatsuit, you know? Because I had to live 2 lives, you know? And, you know, my friends would give me the church clothes, so maybe, but I want to tell you, when I first started getting money, if my father bought me a pair of black, I don't think I said this already, my father bought me a pair of black and gold Pumas, right? Black and silver Pumas, and I got money, I couldn't go buy red and white Pumas and bring them in the house. So under my bed, I had about 6 or 7 black and gold Pumas. My sneakers never went old. Because I couldn't buy something that my parents didn't buy me. 13, 12-year-old, you know, trying to get a little money. I don't know if anybody had to sneak clothes in their house, or they just could walk in with all types of clothes, and their moms don't say nothing.
I had to hide my shit.
Right. So, that was that those days, you know. I couldn't come out with a feline suit, if I didn't have no feline suit, until somebody feel like they gave it to me.
I had to dress
after
outside.
A while, yeah, dress outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was that type of life, you know? And,
crazy.
Shot.
Yo.
Say.
Yo.
You know, I just want to bring up, remember that time when we didn't get no money that day, and you was hungry, and you cried? I said, don't worry about it, we still going to eat, man. Nah, you never cried. You never cried daylight. You never cried.
Yo, man.
Yeah.
It was some days, man. It was hunger, man.
That was
kind of hunger, man.
It was hunger. You walking around all day, say last. Sometimes nothing ain't there, man.
Nothing.
You walking around all day in the hot sun, sweating. Yeah, but
and you don't want to make something out of nothing and force nothing.
Yeah, it was a job, man. Like that's when I really started working. And dudes were like, you working all the time. It was like, that was in me, the effort. But whatever I did, I put my full effort capacity into it. And let me tell you, anybody that grew up in the projects, remember those hot days when the Johnny Pump used to be open?
Yeah.
Everybody get wet, no exceptions?
Last
I came back. Right, I came back from getting money. So I had money in my pocket. I think I had thousands. I had the sweatsuit on with the valleys. So, bumping them running around. Fat VI. Niggas wetting everybody. But niggas ran up on me, man. I said, yo, I got the brand new yellow valleys on, man. I got money in my pocket. Bum. There was no exceptions. They was like, Slap. I said, bum. I got money in my pocket, man. I don't want this money to get wet. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go buy a blow dryer, man. He said, yo, you better go upstairs and come. We're gonna be waiting for you. Give you 10 minutes, 15 minutes to change your clothes. I don't know how, man. They let me go upstairs. And while I was going upstairs, you know who got wet?
Who?
The whole witnesses, man, was walking through. You know those days, say loud. You know those days, there was no exception, man. You be going to church. Yo, the house is getting wet. Niggas running on cop cars throwing water in it. There was no exception those days.
They violated the Jehovah Witness.
They violated Jehovah Witness, man.
That's
the bump on VI. I don't know which one of y'all started it, but say sorry, man.
word, man.
I ain't putting you on blast, but y'all was leaders with that water, man. Once y'all say get somebody,
That
it was like no. Some dudes you could be like, nah, they be like, nah, we ain't getting them. It was no exceptions. You just couldn't be outside. You see niggas getting wet, you stay in that window in the hallway, or you gonna get wet.
Yo, Rick Slot, what you said? Yo, I got money in my pocket, man.
No, you could see I have money in my my pockets was I don't know how I got they was like, you better come back outside. I went upstairs and changed real fast. It had to get wet, man. Like that
So
was
you had
it.
to honor your word. You came back out.
I had the yellow brand new baddies on, man. Yo, it's bad enough you get caught in the rain, man. You get caught with some Johnny Pump water. No baddies would have been over, man. It would have been lumps in it. Yo.
Yeah, man.
Dog, was good, man.
Yo, you was a valley specialist, man. You was keeping
I
the
was
motherfucker.
say last. You know what happened? I came home, and I got a money bag, and I used to be a wallaby specialist. I had all the wallows. I used to travel far and near for a pair of blue suede wallows. Somebody tell me about it, white wallows. They be like, yo, around my way. I go there the next day, you know. So what happened was I came home. I'm looking for wallabies. Wallabies was hard to find. So niggas was saying baddies was out. I was with my cousin Bitch and Mug. They were with me shopping Tom D's. I bought like 5 pair of baddies. I even bought them something. Then I went to Mary's Corner, bought like another 5 pair. I turned into a baddie dude. I had over like 15 pair. Anybody in Marcy can tell you I had baddies every day. I baddies in a sweatsuit. Sometimes I changed twice a day.
That's what everybody thought. They didn't know how you was getting your money. They thought you was keeping up with drug dealers.
Yeah, niggas didn't know because when Moet, OG Moet and them, they came home, they was on some like takeover stuff for deliver them. So they ran up on me because I was sitting every day. Like he was like, "Who you working for?" I was like, "Working for." So I just made up a joke. I work for such and such. He said, "I know," and then I said, "Nah, I do what I do, money bag, stuff like that." And that was that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how I was getting my money. I was coming around every day, like on the set, 11 to 12, I was finished. That's when you didn't have to meet downtown. You leased me a house, niggas meet. Fuji had the car, he'd pick you up. Or niggas meet for their neighborhood. Niggas wasn't meeting downtown. Niggas done got older. Downtown wasn't a meeting place no more, you know?
So hold up. This was after. This what you talking about right now? At that time, this was after the downtown meeting up.
After Union Square days, probably Land Quarters days, a little bit after that, right? Niggas leaving their neighborhoods. Niggas leaving from their neighborhoods, going straight to bed, early in the morning.
That's about 86. So 86 or 87.
Right.
Every motherfuckers stopped meeting downtown. Motherfuckers.
Well, they still go downtown, but a lot of niggas started going out early. They was waiting till like after 2. Cause niggas really going to school and meeting after school on the mid. Niggas is really still going to school, you know? And
Alright,
so like afterwards.
Let me ask this. So when do you think, when was the era when you considered, damn, it's way too many people doing this now, niggas are gonna hot this shit up, the shit is hot now?
More and more people start going out, man. I can tell you, 86 to 87, you can hit a pocket in mid, it don't matter what it was, as long as there was no balance, you get a misdemeanor charge. You can get like an A1 misdemeanor or something, but like and plus if the perp, not the perp, the Vic, right? Perp, all right. If the Vic said I had 2,800 and you got 4,800 in your pocket, the 2,000 go back in your pocket. And And niggas copping out to like 10 days, 30 days. You go to 6 million and you come home, you still got money. You got like 2, And then it turns funny when niggas start going to mid, knocking niggas' jaws apart and wilding, You start taking niggas in the neighborhood that like shouldn't been going to mid.
Now, right, because it was a smooth hustle. It wasn't no aggressive.
Right.
It wasn't no.
You make it a trip. You make it some a trip here and there or bump. But now niggas starting like to knock a nigga out, and all that, stuff like that. You start getting the niggas that was wilding, and they was rough.
Right, niggas was rough.
My boy Bo Black from Marcy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Every time he hit, it was a scuffle. Never smooth. He was a scuffle with the stick, hand stuck. There's always a scuffle, Bo Black, to get away, man. And then rest in peace, you had my boy Lad. He didn't come out a lot, but he's causing havoc. He's like boom, boom,
right. Rest in peace to Lad, man. That's my bro, man.
You asked me who you dad was difficult, So that's what it was, man. Everybody, that was a hustle that New York period. Like, it was dudes from Manhattan doing it, Bronx.
Yeah, yep, New York.
I'll tell you, when I met these kids in the 6th building, and the dude came through, he was telling me how much money he was getting from turnstiles. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. They was taking a screwdriver and a hammer. They was popping the lock and snatching a whole bag of tokens, and they had a place where they cash in. He told me they was cashing like 8 or 9 spots a day. You know what I'm saying? Making all this money. So he's telling me, I'm like, he's making money. I was like, alright. But it's crazy because after that, his crew started getting caught. Started coming through with the same story. So I was like, yo, you alright? I see what you're saying. They started coming through. They was going to the stations with the screwdriver and the hammer, popping the bag, grabbing the bag 3 in a row when they had the tokens. And they had a place, and then soon the police started like, every operation, police get a task force.
Right, because they ain't have cameras in the train station at them times.
No. And this is a story that people won't believe me or not, but the 84 precinct, when they grabbed me one time, they had the feds take me. And they had me and 2 other cats, and one was from Manhattan, most of the Bronx. They tried to start a RICO felony or something, I guess they call it, with pockets. And they tried to deem me a leader. They had me for a day and a half, 2 days, and tried to put us as ringleaders. And I was like, what? But you know me, I wasn't saying nothing. I was like, they would say I was one of the ringleaders taking groups of people from Brooklyn every day. And they got people that saying I'm the ringleader. And whatever happened with that, they ended up letting us go. And I ended up going back to like the original case of what I got grabbed for. Like, but they tried to start something like that, but I don't think it ever went through. Well, my name got thrown in the mix from 84 precinct from downtown.
So you remember who the brother name was that was from the Bronx and the brother that was from Manhattan that got thrown in there with you?
I believe it was Smitty. Now, I spoke about him before. That's how I met Smitty. But he used to be with the hotels, around the hotels, hustling whatever, and them niggas.
Right. What was the name of that? Yo, the murder, rest in peace to Murder. Murder was talking about them hotels last. I forgot the name of them.
Yeah.
They was getting money in.
Mad money. Sometimes we had to cut through them, and all the niggas be looking. And it was like, you better make it through, because those niggas was looking like they gonna get you. That was they.
Yeah, them niggas, them niggas was on it.
They was
what
on
was
it.
the name of that hotel?
Yeah, the welfare hotels.
It was the welfare hotel. What was the name of it though?
It's a bunch of them, man. There's a bunch of them. The one we was at on 34th.
14th Street, I think, right? 15th Street.
Yep, 42nd, 34th, 15th Street.
Right, they was all around. But he right, it was the welfare hotels. And those niggas, when you run through them, those niggas is deep in the hallways.
Yeah, them niggas was deep, and them niggas was getting busy, and them niggas was taking money, and them niggas was robbing you too.
Right. I believe they watched us, they knew us.
Yep.
You know? Because we was out there on a daily basis.
Yep.
Yeah, but that was that. Those niggas, it was so much going on out there, man. And the cops wasn't like they is now. They had less cops, and I guess
it was lenient, man.
Right. Dudes was getting caught, but and I tell you, when you put the thing up, right? My first Midtown case that I got caught, and I went to the first case and I said QV Market. My brother enlightened me that I misunderstood the question. So the first case I got, when y'all asked me what was my first case, I got caught for a lot of money in Midtown. But I went to QP's Market. If you remember what I said QP's Market when I first got caught and went to the island. I misunderstood the question. My brother brought that to my enlightenment after he listened to it. The first Midtown case, I got caught for a lot of money. I got caught, but then they let me go. It was one day we was on a train, all going to Midtown, and Hawk, everybody, was a whole crew there, Daffy, everybody, and Fuji wasn't there. Hawk said, yo, Slop, you gotta bang your own pocket. Nobody gives Slop no money. You know, I was Fuji backup, you know? Niggas never see me bang, I was Fuji backup. So now everybody on the train going, yeah, Slop, you ain't getting nothing today. You gonna be broke. You know, it was a joke. It was a big joke. So when we got out there, we on 47th and 50th. I'm walking with Daz. That's the first day I met Avgar. Avgar and my little man, Ho from Grand Street, was being with me. Little Ho, remember Ho, we used to do the phones and all that? From Grand. So we out there, so niggas across the street, a brick coming. I see Daz, I think a brick like this, Slop. I said, yo, I gotta get it, man. So those niggas see it now from across the street, they coming across. Daz, you gotta help me get it, man. Niggas coming, they gonna get it. I hit it. Boom. It was thousands of dollars. I gave out the money, right? I gave out the money. So as I leave the scene, Daz and Av stay with me. So as we leaving, somebody follow us. We go like 8 or 9 blocks. He see a cop. He see those dudes just robbed somebody. So the cop stopped us. So they was like, who he robbed? The man said, somebody like this. So the cop said, go get the person. So we on a wall for like, they didn't grab that. I think stopped told the girl, they didn't grab him. So we on a wall, like half an hour, the dude come back, oh, I don't see the person. The cops, you know, the cops let us go. So when we get downtown, it was crazy because, you know, me and Ab was on good terms way after that, but that was when I first met him. He was telling niggas I got the bonus and all that, so niggas actually wanted to try me that day.
Oh, the robbers robbing the robbers.
Bro, see, one thing I say, I don't want to say a lot of names, but I can say this. That's the day I realized Drac was my man. When they went to Drac, and Drac said, Slop, yo, I ain't with that. Slop my people. You know what I'm saying? I read his lips. And that's the day, you know, you don't really know how you is with the crew. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All coming together.
Right.
And one time, when I realized I had the juice, you know that movie Juice? You got the juice? I realized that Union Square, rest in peace to Ronald Perry. I know Ronald Perry. You know, from Linden. I believe it was Linden, or Boulevard Linden. So, first day he came to Union Square, he with his peoples. I didn't know him, so we know we in there wilding. He got in my space. So me and him start arguing. So niggas like Pig was like, nah, yo, we all the same team. So now Smith got involved. Smith arguing. So that's what happened. So at the end of the night, Smith leaving with my man Bones from Gates, his people, Diesel, the niggas from like Malcolm Meck and Gates, like around that area. Diesel, his man Diesel, his cousin Sean, they living to get in a car. I'm going home separate. I think I'm going to maybe Fuji car or I'm leaving with somebody else. So the whole Perry run up with mad niggas on Smith and them. But now he's focused on Smith. Niggas told him I was cool, he's focused on Smith. They run up like 30, 40 days. So I run up and like, yo, what's up? Niggas said, nah, Slop, these niggas try to flirt. I said, that's my people, Smith. All those niggas walked away. That's Slop peoples. And that's when I realized in the square that I had the juice, man, that I was my name. I had a name. That's when I realized, man. They all walked away. South Leak from Coney Island. Niggas that ran up. I realized, oh, yo, I had the juice because got niggas to run up. And some niggas, they know Smith. They ran up, but I missed them because Smith was coming to the square. He went out sometime, but Smith was, but he was working. So he wasn't like going out with the crew a lot, but he was in the club, concerts. So, you know, some dudes, you know, he didn't know for certain reasons, but, you know, after a while I didn't know him, but that's when I realized I got the juice, man. All the niggas walked away, it was like, I was standing there like, damn. They were like slap people.
That was in the square? That was in the square?
No, that was afterwards. Niggas walking to their cars.
Outside,
niggas walking to the train. We know the cars, you park right there in diagonal. Then you gotta walk to the train. So Smith was getting a ride home with my man Bones. Shout out to Bones, Sean. I don't know where he at, man. He's from Gates. I believe it was Malcolm X or my man Bones went to school with me, you know. We went to school together, man. That was my peeps, man. Those are my peeps, man. But that's with that, man.
This is a warning. When we are doing some of these series and these episodes about some of the most notorious housing projects in Brooklyn history and New York City history, there will be things mentioned and names mentioned that may offend some people, because these names and these situations may bring up bad memories and bad times for people who had to go through hell in these projects to survive and be here today. And some people are not here today. So we apologize in advance. But this is real Brooklyn history. And if we don't document it ourselves, it may end up his story instead of our story. You heard? One thing we do not do on this channel or in these series is talk about, discuss, or describe unsolved mysteries. We know the rules to this street stuff. So if you would like to watch some unsolved mysteries, you could go to unsolved.com and watch them all, but you won't find them here.
So I rushed the guy. So when I rushed him, I went in his pocket. It was so much money. Jimmy had to help me put the money out. So when I put the money out, the money fell on the floor. I already had like 2 bags of money in my hand.
Why I can't get it?
You're live.
Hello?
Yo.
Oh, this ain't loud. I didn't know it was you, man. I thought it was somebody trying to call. I thought it was a telemarketer trying to call me, man. What's up?
What's
Yeah,
poppin'?
we call Little Slop, man.
We here.
He probably playing, yo, you know what Slop be doing, man? He be playing dice by himself, gambling, betting. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's your own money. Going in his left pocket, betting in his right pocket. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? What's in that when you get on, man? That nigga Slop crazy. You know how we play solitaire? He playing like self CeeLo. You know what I'm saying? Like, who heard of that before? You know? Let me call him right now, man.
He said solitaire CeeLo.
What's up, man? Life is good, y'all.
What's
Take
poppin'?
blessings, man.
Peace,
poppin'?
peace,
Peace,
Little
peace.
Slop.
Man.
What it
Peace,
do?
man.
That's really
What's going
good.
on, man?
Man, you know, we all family here, man. And when I say
Definitely, man.
I got a lot of stuff to say, man. That's my little bro, man. You know what I'm saying?
Know it, man.
I already know.
Yeah. So what's going on today, Saquon? What's going on, Say Laz?
Yo, look, man. Laz. I'm gonna let Laz add on, man.
Nah, we talking about one of the most legendary projects in New York City, man. Marcy projects, man. We just giving the people the true history.
Laz had asked a pertinent question some time ago, and he was like, yo, Slop, how you get your name? So Slop broke down how he got his name and things of that nature, right? Now, Little Slop, this is the question I want to ask you, right?
Right. Yeah. Right.
When you took on that name, right? When you took on Big Bro name, did you take it when he was? First of all, I apologize. Not to say that you took it. It probably was bestowed upon you. You know what I'm saying? And given the rights for you to use that. You know what I'm saying? But my question is, did you know how much juice came with that name when you took on that name?
I didn't know, man. I didn't know that name was like New York City wide. Like everywhere I go, when people say, yo, that's not little brother. I got treated like royalty, man, for real. Like it goes a long way, even in prison. Even my first day in prison, from the door, people came to show me love, gave me food, everything. I never had to worry about nothing. But I own that name, you know. It comes. I probably had that name since I was maybe like 11, 12, and being around the neighborhood as a young kid running around the neighborhood. They always say, yo, little baby, this called me Baby Slop at first. So as I got older, they started calling me Little Slop. So with that name, like you said, it became a lot of responsibility. It became a lot of like, you know, people love you, so people don't like you because of the name. But I think that even when I was up north, like sometimes people don't know you. They don't know Big Slop because they from Rochester or Buffalo, and so I still had to earn. I still had to prove myself, regardless.
Right.
So I think that the Slop's name is well respected. Like we just playing around with some names back in the day. Me and Little Smoke, we playing around with some names back in the day. Okay. They started calling me Baby Slop, then that was it.
Yeah. Shout out to Little Smoke and shout out to Big Smoke.
Little Smoke.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I want to add one of my stories.
Okay.
That when I first got locked up, and I had a warrant out for my arrest. I was on run for like a year. So I was staying at B.O. house for, here and there. Staying up in Shorty house and also here and there. So I decided to come for Thanksgiving the next day. And not knowing if I knew what that was going to happen on Thanksgiving, that I was going to be in Rikers Island, I never would have went upstairs. I went upstairs that night to spend the night. You know what I'm saying? When I woke up in the morning, I woke up to somebody saying, Michael Williams. I thought I was dreaming to wake up to see about 12 police officers in the room. And they had these papers for a warrant for my arrest. So as I was standing up, it was some commotion in the room, but Big Slop was already sleeping and Apollo was sleeping on the top bunk. So when Slop heard the commotion, he jumped up. One of the officers said, lay down, big man, we're not here for you. So he almost like pulled a gun out on Big Slop. So Slop was laid back down. So they just told me to start getting dressed. So when I started getting dressed, I started putting on my Reebok. At the time, Reebok pumps was like the style back then. So I had my Reebok pumps, my Soldier 16 suit on. So I started putting on my jewelry and everything like that. So when I started putting my other stuff on, they said, well, you won't be needed, so you going. Then so my mom come out the room. So I packed up my jewelry. I think I kept my gold teeth, like a little guest watch, and maybe like 2 chains in my head. Then from there, before I left the apartment, my father prayed for me before I left. You know, he's a preacher, man, he's a pastor. My mom's like a woman of God, so they really believe in that prayer. So when my father was praying for me before they took me out in handcuffs, all the police officers, for some reason, they nodded their head was praying my father, which was crazy. But and from there, as me getting into the van, it was like 6 in the morning. So I see people like walking around in Marcy. They see me, they probably didn't know what was going on. So I had to ride around all day in the van. I had to go into 40 people's houses for warrants. Only 4 of us got caught. And that was crazy. Yeah. So from there, they didn't take me to court. For some reason, I ended up going straight to Rikers Island. And I was in the bullpens all that night because they had no room to put people like in the dorms. And I ended up in Mar 9 on the Upstate side.
What year was this?
This had to be like 90, 91.
Right.
Yeah. So when I got on the other side of Mar 9, it was the Harlem side, Manhattan side. I still remember some of the names. This dude named Just, Wise, Wolf. This dude named Force from the Bronx. He was like a big time drug dealer in the Bronx back in the days. But it was all these Harlem niggas. So when I woke up in the morning, you know, I was in the middle. So the middle of the, you know how the dorms got 3 areas, in the middle was like Broadway, with all the people that they throw, you know, when they love you all day and throw water and powder on you. So when I woke up in the morning, I looked across. It was at the time I didn't know Artie or Guy Tony. So I knew Artie asked me my name. So when I say Lil Slop, he was like, yo, I know your brother Big Slop from Marcy. I said, that's my brother. So when he called Guy Tony over and said, yo, that's Slop little brother. So Guy Tony was like, Slop, I don't know Slop will have no little brothers. So he's like, I don't know.
Shit.
Yeah. So
let me tell you. Right, go ahead.
Again, Slop, go ahead.
So little Slop called me on the phone after that. Right? So he said, yo, I'm over here, Mar9, got Tony here, you know, and Artie. I said, little Artie, that's my man. I said, pick Guy on the phone. So he picked Guy, shout out to Guy Tony. We're looking out for little Slop. I appreciate that.
Guy Tony, what's up, man, bro?
Yeah.
Salute.
So Guy Tony from Brooklyn, right. So what happened was that Guy Tony got on the phone, and I said, yo, Guy, that's my little brother. He said, come on, Slop, that's your little brother or that's a soldier? I said, nah, Guy, that's my little brother, man. We slept in the same house. We got the same mother and father. We got bunk beds in the same crib. That's my family. So Guy said, all right. So when Guy got the phone, what happened, Slop?
He took me off Broadway and moved. Another guy put him on Broadway and put him next to the side. There was only about 4 or 5 Brooklyn dudes in the house. So, but everybody put the Guy Tony in the house, even though we was from Brooklyn, but Guy Tony had about 4 or 5 hours in the phone. So from there, my journey begins as like one of my first times in Rikers Island. At the time, I was only like 16. Guy Tony maybe could have been maybe like 18, probably something like that, Artie, you know. And from there, it begins, and we been in the house for like 4 or 5 months. I got cool with the Harlem niggas in there. So they was mad cool, but you know, then later on, once Guy Tony went up north in December, he went up like, I think he went up north for maybe like 12 years, something like that, 4 to 12 or whatever he had. So now the time was left with me and Artie on the phone. And now I'm saying to myself, wow, I said, niggas probably gonna try us for the phone. Matter of fact, it was Guy Tony's phone, but we used to use 5 hours on the phone. There had other little Harlem niggas using it, some Bronx niggas. But we had like the main time. Because after that, this dude came to the house from the Bronx, a Spanish dude. And he wanted to fight for the phone time. So I told Artie, and look, at the time, Guy told me that for some weapons and stuff. So when the guy was told to step in the back, I told Artie to get a step in the back, but Artie to get off the bed. So right now, remember, I took a little dude, 140 pounds. This guy was probably like 6 feet tall. So big dude. And so Artie didn't get off the bed to step to the dudes for the phone time, so they were losing the phone time. So later on, the dude wanted to give us an hour together back. So and after that, I wound up like staying in the house until I left to go to the 6th building. So now I get to the 6th building now. It's been down me like 6 to 8 months already. So now at 6 I had like a year, I had like 2 cases. So I got 1 year for a case and 6 months for another case. So the together probably was like 12 months I had to do. I think I only had like 6 months in. So now I get to the 6th building now. I got all my stuff now, like from being locked up, getting business, getting clothes, getting new stuff on business. So I had nice stuff. So I get to the 6th building, I got there at night. So when I come in the house, I start putting my things underneath the bed, and it was late, so I lay down, went to sleep. So when I woke up in the morning, all my things was gone underneath the bed. I said, man, it was like 5 in the morning. I said, no, I'm gonna wait till the morning to say something. That waited till the morning. So I got in the morning, it was all the niggas in the back was all Brooklyn niggas. And I still remember some names like Kenny, I think he was from East New York, Shorty Cypress. Dude, he's from Cypress, little short, like they had mad jewelry on. There was some other people, like miscellaneous people. Then in the front was the Queens niggas, in the middle was the Bronx niggas. But the Brooklyn niggas had the phones, and the Uptown and Bronx niggas, they shared like the time on the phone too. Because the house only had 1 phone at the time. If you go to 6th building, they only had like 1 phone, or maybe like a collect phone or something like that.
Right. So I called Slop that morning. I said, yo, Slop, they took my stuff, man. So Slop said, yo, you know anybody in there? I said, nah. So I remember this dude named Smooth. I believe he's like Matthew's daughter father from Marcy. He was in there with me. But on the other side, I didn't know that Pudgy and Will was on the other side. You know, Pudgy from LG.
Pudgy from LG. And what Will? Money Will?
Money Will.
Black man Will.
Yeah, he's from Best Side. He's with me. Will, yeah.
Alright, go ahead.
Yeah, he was on the other side, so I wanted to call the Slop. So Slop put Smooth on the phone. Smooth told him what happened. And Smooth said, yo, I can get your brother stopped, but you're going to have to shoot the fair one. For some reason,
I told Smooth, I said, Smooth, don't get my brother's stuff back. I said, give my brother a fair one. I said,
what Smooth was that?
Fair one.
I don't know exactly. He might be from Bushwick, yeah.
I told Pudgy, get your fair one. You want a fair one. They don't got to get your stuff back. You want a fair one. Whoever took your stuff.
Right.
That's what I told them. Right.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Then I found out this dude named Kais from the Bronx had took my stuff. A little dark-skinned, grimy looking nigga. So the dude in back saw these ciphers. He said, yo, I'll get you a fair one. At the time, like, I was just there for maybe like a day already. So I'll get you a fair one. So I guess before the COs had switched the time, when they switch over and 3 o'clock shift come on. Yeah. So when they switch over, I went in the back to shoot the fair one. Right. So when I started shooting the fair one, this dude was like putting his fists up like he really could fight. I destroyed it within like 3 minutes. So the short sniper say, yo, man, get that nigga back his stuff, man. You can't even beat him, man. Yo, give him back his stuff, man. Like, that day I got back my stuff. Then the next 2 days, they packed up the whole back to the 4th building because something happened in the dorm with somebody. So when they packed it up, the phone, everything was free. So this Spanish dude named Bush, he was from Brooklyn. I don't know if he was anybody in the streets though, but he was from Brooklyn, and he wound up having a phone. So he came up to me. I got cool with him. So he came up to me and said, yo, I want to give you some time on the phone. If you could help me hold the phone down. I said, yeah, sure. But he wanted to give me from 9 to 11 because he liked the early time from like 7 to 9. And the crazy thing, Boston, they had shit like the phone all day up to like 7 o'clock. So from there, I was like, it was crazy because I said, I've been in the dorm for just a couple of days and I'm already got the phone. So it was kind of crazy. But from there, I represented, that's one of my saddest moments right there. Of like, as being like one of the first time niggas on the island. And I was able to do what I gotta do. Because it's hard back then. Because niggas really be about that life on the island. This is 91 now, but people was from everywhere, yeah. So the Bronx niggas and Queens niggas, they had to go shit about some time. But I showed them some love. I probably only used about an hour and a half of the phone at night, So I showed some love to them. So after that, we were already mad cool. But Pudgy had beef with the dudes from my side. The Bronx niggas didn't like Pudgy. So the same dude that took my stuff there, like Pudgy, they ain't liking him. So they always try to disrespect Pudgy. But ever since then, the dude that I fought, I didn't he took my stuff though, we got cool later. But I showed him some love though. But later, it's kind of funny because I just saw him 5 years ago in the streets one day in the Bronx. So when I saw him, he looks the same. I buzzed out because I said, damn, in the Bronx, this is a nigga from 30 years ago who
he remembered you?
Yeah, he remembered me. So he saw me remember me for some reason. And he got one of those faces that you never forget.
Right.
And when he saw me, but it was all love though. That's one of my stories. Some of my stories I have of me as a youngster going to Rikers Island. And from there, it's just been about me for the next 10, 12 years. I just been in and out of prison. Been up north.
Let me ask this. That was a digging case that you caught?
At the time, I had a drug case. And at the time, I believe I had a robbery case. But I was already on 5 years probation.
All right. Now, look. This is the great part. I'm glad you brought that up, right?
Yeah. Right.
Now, so before you came downtown, what it was that you was doing? Because Slop and we was downtown and then y'all came. But before you came downtown and decided that you gonna start digging, what it is that you was doing? Was you in the P's? Was you hanging out in Tompkins, Marcy? What? Who you was banging with? What you was doing?
I was in the P's. I was selling drugs back in the days. I was selling this dude named Conan. God bless his dad. Rest in peace.
God bless him, Dad. Conan, man.
Yeah. So I used to hustle for him for a while. And from there, before I was hustling for him, I used to be with Little Smoke. So I used to be Little, salute Little Smoke, man. I go front though. That was a money getting nigga for back in the day. And we was young too, 14, 15. And we used to go to Manhattan and Big Smoke, Little Smoke we used to befriend store owners out there in the store. So they used to trust us. So we used to go in the store and chill for the day. Then one day, Smoke came out with this big bag. So we was walking down the block, he put this big bag of money from his trousers, from his pants. I don't know how he got it out the store. So we got down the block. Now we in the World Trade now downstairs in this bar area. This lady that we knew, she let us go in the bar sometimes, even though we was young. So we was counting the money one day, and we remember we were only 14 years old. We was paying about $3,000 or $4,000, but it was maybe $1,000 of singles. And from that day, after I started getting money with Little Smoke, and we was some fly little niggas at the time. We had Patsy Ewins, all that stuff back in those days.
I remember Lil Slop. You don't gotta run it down to me. Y'all had the Patsy Ewins with the shirt. I remember. Y'all had the spot belts with the spot belt shirt. I remember.
Yeah. You right.
Let me ask y'all a question though, right quick. Y'all father, before he was a preacher, was he ever into the streets? And where he from? He from Marcy too? He grew up in Marcy?
South Carolina.
Down south.
Benefit. And him and his brothers, they was good, honest dudes down there. Everybody knew the Williams boys. There was a lot of them. And they had their sisters. And everybody in the town loved my father. He grew up in that area with the white people and all of that. And I remember often Christmas time and stuff like that, people from the South, white families, sent my father money and stuff like that. They loved my father. But him and his brothers from the South and the Williams boys, they wasn't having it.
Yeah.
They was always scrapping. You didn't want to mess with the Williams boy, From what I heard. And their sisters was even worse. As if that. But they kind of worse and bad. Ain't nothing like us. It's a whole different,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fighting and whatever and not having and then family,
So in other words, y'all ways and actions didn't come from y'all upbringing with y'all dad. It was just the environment. It was just Marcy.
You know what? Yeah. I want to say out there, I'm Big Slop and a lot of dudes that was under me, you know what I'm saying? And I led you astray with the streets and all that, you know what I'm saying? I wish I would have told y'all something different for the ones that it didn't turn out that you happen to change or you stuck right now doing time and stuff like that. But I started a lot of ways, and then my brother followed me, Little Slop, and following his own route, but he followed the street like I did. We was church boys, but we never disrespected the church. Like I said, we always went. We was there. We was never Little Slop. Let me tell you about Little Slop. Little Slop is the one that now this is Marcy, right? We all grew up in Marcy. When I say we Marcy, we was born in the hospital, and when we left the hospital, we came to Marcy. We didn't move to Marcy 10 years old, 8 years old. We was Marcy. That's all we know. Coming up is Marcy. The people that we went to school with, we all know each other's first names and last names. It ain't like we know their street names. We don't even know their first name from a hole in the wall. We went to school with them. We was in the same class, We went to public school and high school with them. So that's like Marcy,
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
My pops, like I said, my pops and mom, they was good. And even other kids in the neighborhood that didn't have a mother and father, maybe their father wasn't around, their mother drugs or something. My pops took care of a lot of kids in the neighborhood. And let me tell you about what my father used to do. And sometimes as a teenager, he used to ask me to go, and I used to be embarrassed. But when I think of it now, I shouldn't have been embarrassed because my pops used to go to Salvation Army,
And the guys working there used to give my pops landload of clothes. And we used to take it to the church and we hang it up on hangers and back of the church on coat racks. And then members from the church, people from the neighborhood would come and people would take those clothes. The racks used to be empty after 2 or 3 visits from people. People really needed this stuff, you know? People really were taking this stuff wearing it. It was good stuff. Some stuff was good. You know?
Good garments.
Yeah,
Good garments.
The army, good garments, yeah, that people needed. And people in the church know what I'm talking about. They kids grew up on that stuff. And my pops brung it, and people took it and accepted it and was happy, you know?
Yeah.
And that's the type of stuff he was doing. And when we were supposed to move out the projects, right? This is a story. I don't know if it was SLOP. He was young. When my pops first got his own church, my pops saved up enough money for us to buy a house. The plan was, right? A preacher had a church, a pastor had a church, and he didn't want it no more. Something happened. He came to my father. I got the church. You could pay the mortgage off and stuff like that. My pops used his money that he was paying for a house to get the church to pay the mortgage. He had to pay 2 mortgages. He had to pay the mortgage to the building and the mortgage to the preacher that put all his money into the church before my father, you know? He was trying to get his money back. So my pops sacrificed our family life to move out the project for the church, you know, to get his own church, you know? And that's what happened, you know? So, God bless him. And
peace be upon him.
God bless my mom. Peace be upon him.
Word.
And
yeah.
Go ahead, SLOP. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Look, I want to correct something from something that SLOP said in another episode about bringing Star and Jameek out the house. I was the one who brought them out the house. Jameek and Star. I want to first bring Star to Marcy. And when I brought him out the house, Jesse Star was my man. Started coming to Marcy. And that's at the time I was already digging at the time. I had to take him out to dig. And Star just became a monster digging.
Listen, shout out to Star. Are you still in touch with Star?
Shout out to Star, man.
Is you still in touch with Huh?
A little bit. I got his number and everything. Yeah,
all right, yo, shout out to Star. Shout out to Jameek. Yo, listen.
Shout out to Star. Shout out to Job, man. Love you, bros.
I remember it was times I was just getting up ready to go out and he getting off the train coming back like, yo, I just hit where the brothers at, and come and break off bread when brothers ain't even get out the house yet, bro. And when I was seeing shit like that, I was like, yo, this is a different kind of standard. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers, this shit could only be inspiring, you know what I'm saying? Right. And that's the shit that make a motherfucker want to go hard. And it wasn't competition, because to tell you the truth, Star had both Stars. Star from LG and motherfucking Star, you know what I'm saying, from around the way.
Right.
These motherfuckers was just, they was gifted, bro. They was gifted when it came to that particular trade. And, you know, that right there was a standard. And I said to myself, and you know, as time went on, you know, you fuck with other motherfuckers, and you know, you bullshit was coming into play, niggas was stashing and all that. So, but when it came time to getting with the brothers, I always felt home fucking with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because it was real honor. You know what I mean? And SLOP said that. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta give you that, bro. Real talk.
And let me tell you, like, let me explain something about when people hear me, they don't really know who SLOP is.
Right.
It's too SLOP because of myself I'm talking about. Because when I come in the projects, right? And niggas in the projects, people in the projects see me come towards them, they would say, yo, here comes SLOP. I hope he don't rank me out. He gonna rank somebody out.
Right.
But when people see me in the street, which I didn't realize until a while later how wild I was, because it was normal, because the people I was being with, this was normal for us every day. They would be like, yo, here comes SLOP, man. I know this nigga's about to do something, man. Here comes trouble. Here comes slapping him. You know? I was known to be a different person than I was in Marcy, because in Marcy, I always used to be like, I'm not gonna do dirt where I live at.
Right.
You know, because I have mad love for Marcy, no matter what I see them and stuff like that, right? And I want to bring up, we talking about Marcy, I want to bring up Love, Mellow. You know, it was a whole crew back then, the brothers Love, Jake, Hash, Tilo, Ben Fuquan, for Marcy. You know, at one time, all the OGs was locked up, and these dudes, I used to be around them bum, used to be around, and they kept niggas out of, they kept brothers out of Marcy that they felt shouldn't be in Marcy. Niggas couldn't come to Marcy in that era, the Love of them era with Tilo and all of them. Gate, everybody was out there strong, you know? Niggas would come to Marcy, the house parties, or go see a girl, and loving to see you, that was it.
Okay.
You know? Because they had beefs all around, but the thing about it, they wasn't allowing nobody to come in there and be comfortable, you know?
Right.
You know? Unless you was home team with them, you know? And let me tell you, when that song came out, right? To get Love with SLOP, I had a beef with Love. I had a lot of beef with Love, believe me. It turned into me and Love had to pull out homework with each other, beef. It turned out to Love my man. And we cool now and everything is regular, but, you know, with us, but at one time, Marlene saved my life. Right? My boy came to Marcy, he was with me, my man Bones, and we talking normally, and then Love over there with Half and Justin them. So I go upstairs for a minute. So by the time I come back out, I don't see my boy no more. So I'm finding out that they pulled out a gun on my boy Bones. So when I go approach Love, he goes, "What, SLOP? You don't want it?" And pulled out and clicked. Marlene said, "What you gonna do, kill SLOP?" And he pulled it down and walked away. You know, me and him had an issue after that, but it didn't last long. But, you know, that's the issue that I have, that when people think SLOP, everybody love the SLOP, and this and that. Nah, I didn't have it easy in Marcy. I had to come out the closet with different things. Yeah, even my little man, Bebop, right? He had a beef with the niggas 606 and Tom, they was running together. And they be trying to jump my little man Bebop. So one day, we walking, me, him, my little man Rick and Mike and Snoop, they follow me. So we walking down the hill, so these niggas following us on bikes. So I'm looking, why these niggas follow us? I said, nah, these niggas trying to front like they trying to jump me again. So I said, don't worry about it. But they follow me over in my building. When I get to my building, B.O., Diamond, my little man can do with them. They looking at me like, they trying to see what's going on. These niggas following, like, in circles, circling us like birds circle their prey. So I go upstairs, I said, I'm going to get my homework. So
you going to get that homework?
Well, I called Black and Trevor and them, because Bob was with me, he got no homework.
No homework.
So I need a homework. So Trump brings me through a homework. So now we walking, so we still, it's like trying not to do nothing, you know? Because I'm not hesitating. Like, that's not my first thing, boom, boom, boom.
Right.
So they followed me from my building to the hill. When I got to the hill, they started going like, what? So the reality is, I pulled the homework out, man, a summer day, 9 o'clock at night, around my own way with people on the bench, people from my building, people I grew up with. And I started blaming, but the two brothers, Kareem and Marcus, gave my people's Karen and Rhonda brothers. I wasn't trying to hit them, but the other dudes with them, I was like later for them, you know? So I'm trying to sit around, and I had to pound, man, but nobody got hit. But it was hard for me to even do that, you know? But I was trying, not on my own time, somebody else's time, you know? But I got involved. I was involved. So what happened was, after that happened, I walked to the other side. You know, Karen and ran up on me. You shooting my little brothers, you this old? I said, listen, it ain't even like that. I said, I wasn't even trying to really hit you Cause they was my peoples, you know. I got mad left with them. They my peoples. I used to go to the windows, talk to them every day, and bug out with them. They was my peoples. So that situation happened, but after that, it didn't go nowhere further than that. But the main dude from their building, Sean Thomas, his mother moved the next day and moved him. Like, his mother was a CEO, and she probably, you know, she probably said, you gotta be for the grown man. Like, what's going on? You're getting out of control now, you know? And she moved her son away, probably to keep him safe for a better life, wherever he at, you know? God bless him and his mother, because she got him out of Marcy, you know? And I never seen him again in Marcy. Because she took him away from him, because he was growing up to be wild, you know?
Right.
Started thinking he was invincible and stuff like that, and they had a little, you know. But that's what I'm trying to say. I don't try to bring a lot of situations about Marcy with that because of to say that it happened and it's gone, and that's just part of the growing up.
Well, growing up, how we grew up.
Name now, and I say their name now. Love was my dude, and believe me, when Love was when they had that song "Love's Gonna Get You." Back in the 90s, we went to Tompkins, right? Tompkins Day.
Yeah.
So we working in Tompkins, so I'm in Tompkins already with my little crew. Love came through. Him, TJ, Billy. You know, people know what I'm talking about. I don't want to say the other name, but Billy. They came through. So when they get to Tompkins, the DJ stops the music. You know
they shut it down. So they shut it. What happened?
No, he said, "Love, please don't mess up our day, man. Please come in peace."
What?
And that's
the DJ stopped the whole jam?
Right, and that's how deep it was with Love, putting it in, you know? And I want to shout out Big Smoke. I want to shout out my little man from Nostrand, my big homie, Supreme from Nostrand. Big homie Preem. I want to shout out Puerto Rican Nate.
Salute, Preem.
My dude and they. Puerto Rican Angel. I want to shout you out from Nostrand. My dude, you know, black in them know, and you know, I got the love for them. And I'm gonna shout out my cousin CeeLo. You know, my cousin always been.
Shout out to CeeLo, cuz.
Yeah, and I want to say this last before the platform ends. Little Slop is Little Slop, right? Now I'm in Marcy one day, and niggas come to me and go, "Yo, Slop, there's a nigga in Tompkins named Slop." I said, "His name's Slop." So I said, "Yo, it's already being Little Slop." So I said, "Yo, you gotta show me this dude." So the next day, my man D-Web and L takes me to Tompkins, and they showed me the kids, right? So I said, "What's up, man?" I said, "You know me?" He said, "Yeah, I know you, Big Slop. You know Little Slop." Little Slop was with us too.
Okay.
I said, "Yo, check this out, man." I said, "Yo, you know, it's already me and Little Slop out there. Like, I don't know how you came up with the name, but there's already two of us out there." I said, "You know, maybe, you know, you thought of another name?" He said, "Nah, you know, but he's like, wow, he's official now. Don't get me wrong. When I say the name, people gonna know that he's official." So I said, "Yo, you know what? What about Sloppo?" He said, "Sloppo?" He said, "Yo, my name's Sloppo, man. What's up?" And that's Sloppo, man. That's Bishop Reginald Patterson right now. You know, God bless you.
Changed his life, man. He doing big things.
Changed his life. He was a wild sick of kid running around wild, but he changed his name to Sloppo. Now, when we used to be downtown, this little dude named Alonzo from Nostrand, they used to come downtown, a little young boy. He was young, being with me. Everybody thought that was my little brother. But they was calling him Baby Slop. So what happened was, one day, his mother, somebody snitched on him. His mother came downtown. It was like, "You playing hooky from school, that's where you be at?" And he took him away, and he never came back downtown again. She set him straight. So now I'm hearing stories, yo, Slop on the train, Slop at work. I'm like, who the hell are they talking about? They're talking about Alonzo. But it's funny, right? Because now your name's Slop. It ain't Baby Slop no more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Little Slop. Dudes coming up to me and Slop. What's up, Slop? And walking to Little Slop. And I'm like, yo, that's the Little Slop. I'm the Slop. I'm a big Slop. So, like, you know. But it's a name that there's different people out there with the Slop in their name that came, you know. Shout out to Alonzo from Nostrand. And shout out to Slop for Tonkin, you know?
Right. Shout out.
And this is a story I want to say to Slop for Tonkin. I don't know if I ever told him or if I did tell him. One time I was on a train and this girl had a beef with somebody in my crew. Yu, the little man Yu Woody and them. So she had a beef. So they put the spit game down on her, right? So obviously she came back and she told JB from Willoughby and World, you know, they were down together. So she must have said Slop. So in their mind, they probably saying, nah, it ain't Slop from Marcy. It must be loudmouth Slop from Tonkin. He took a beat down for me, man. Sorry about that, Sloppo. I heard they come from that night. You know, they ran up on him.
Word.
Because they didn't figure it was me, you know?
Right, because they knew you was being a good guy. You wouldn't get down to that level.
I'm saying money. I wasn't right. They probably feel like, nah, he ain't doing that. But like I said, I was two different people. And anybody know when they see me on a train from Marcy, they see me coming through, I give you 30 deep, 20 deep. They was good. They would say, I never, like, you know, everything was good. Even my man, Bill's sister, Nikki, she can tell you the story about when I'm coming through, the Nostrum, we deep, the Cypher, we all deep coming on the train. And I'm the last one. And when we came through the train, she said, Slop, one of the dudes that you snatched my chain. I said, they snatched your chain. You know, shout out to Nikki, Bill's sister. So I said, hold up, nah, you're going to get your chain back. I went to the front, and my little man Berger from Nostrum took her chain. I was like, Berg, nah, you got to get that chain up. He said, it was me. So we gave it back to her. I came back and gave his chain back. He came and apologized and stuff like that. But I was just saying, perfect example of when I say Marcy, some of the stories ain't in Marcy, but it involved Marcy, you know?
Got you.
I want to shout out K Mel, because a lot of times we went places, we was at block parties, you know, we had beef, and niggas would run up on us, try to surround us. K Mel came out of nowhere like an angel, and he'd hold us down. Ain't nothing happening. Shout out to K Mel, you know, for being so when he see stuff happening from Mars, and he see us, he was always like, nah, ain't nothing happening. And then, you know, he'll back the homework down and be like, nah, ain't nothing happening. You know, it was a lot of times K Mel popped up out of nowhere and was like with us. And dudes might have us outnumbered, you know? It'd be 6 or 7 of us, but it might be 12 or 13, 14 of them. And we not in Mars, we in Tompkins Park. We on Willoughby and True. You know what I'm saying? We had a summer jam or something, you know?
Yo,
shout out to that, man.
Yo, but look, check this out though, Slop. This is what I'm trying to find out. When is it that you realize, right, that you had the juice as to where you could get shit stopped, you making it good for motherfuckers? Because in my eyesight, if that wasn't even a conscious idea that you had, like you wasn't even attempting to try to get or be that, it was just like, yo, that ain't going down, or yo, that's good, oh nah, he good, and then boom, boom, boom. Because I remember you always kept a rag with you, right? Like you wipe your face, like you sweating, right. But you used to dictate what was what and who was who and how it's gonna go down. And I'm talking about when we were mid. So when did you realize you had the juice to make it alright for a whole bunch of motherfuckers?
I realized that even when I tell you about Union Square, and even when I was getting locked up, even when Little Slop was getting locked up, when I went to visit him right away, and I was on a visit, and I seen dudes like Sharky, and I'd be like, Little Slop, my little brother here.
You talking about Sharky Shy?
Yeah, Big Shy, right.
Yeah.
And right away, like, niggas was like, you know, and let me tell you something. I want to shout out Big Daddy Kane and Tracy Morgan. They always said my name when they talk and they interviews and stuff like that.
Yeah, cause Big Daddy Kane gave you the shout out in the joint in the song.
And set it off.
Set it off.
And right after that, I got locked up, right? And let me tell you, I used to be on Friday night. You know, everybody got their Walkmans on. When the song come on, the whole dorm pointing at me. And when I go in the mess hall, dudes would be like, "That's a kid slot right there down with Kane." And dudes from the Bronx, Manhattan that didn't know me. Now they coming up on me when they get a chance. Yo, what's up, Slop? Yo, I think I know you from somewhere. You look familiar. You ever been in the Bronx? I mean, not really, but I probably did look familiar from being in Manhattan, or being in a club, or being a walk-a-thon, or being in a function.
Oh, the dudes.
Now they made me popular. You know?
Right.
I mean, Kane made me popular even just with that. And dudes, you know, used to like look up and be like, "Nah, that's Slop. That's Big Daddy Kane, man. That's Big Daddy Kane, man." And those, you know, niggas back then respected the hip hop dudes and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, but you know the hip hop dudes at them times is trying to be affiliated with the street dudes because the street dudes.
Yeah, but Kane was affiliated with us, like
he was.
You know, he was with us, right?
He was because he was making it alright for me because he came through with Biz because Biz Mark used to be there. Rest in peace to Biz Mark, right?
Right.
Because Biz used to be down at LB Square all the time. So Biz knew who the who's and the what's was the what's. So he knew how to, you know, put shit in the proper perspective when he telling another nigga, yo, these niggas yip yip yo on the yip yo.
And whenever I had a beef with Marcy, it always ends up Slop was with me the next day on the bench. And when niggas come through, I used to tell Slop, yo, just move away because I might have to start hammering. He be like, "Nah, I ain't leaving you here, man, by yourself." And that usually always be the story with Little Slop. You know what I'm saying?
Always, man.
I'm walking. Yeah.
But
and
you
I would say about Little Slop, that how nonchalant is. He used to go to the Muse, right? Now, when we used to go to the Muse, we'd be deep. Slop.
Oh, yeah.
He used to go to the Muse with a girl, right? His girlfriend, him, Turtle, Marcus from Roosevelt. They going like with girls and stuff like that, being to the Muse. So one night we in the Muse. So rest in peace, Tracy Washington and Crime from Barrett, they come up on me and be like, yo, Slop, it's a little nigga over there with a big chain on. We about to get him. But Tracy said, yo, he look familiar. I can't catch where you from, Slop. So I said, all right, let's go over there and get him. We go over there, right? Guess who it was, Saquon?
Who?
Little Slop with a big ass chain on over there with the girls. I'm looking like Slop. You can't be in the club like this, like we don't roll like that, man.
Yeah, see, cause
like we'll meet a girl there, she have a little crew, but he was going there like we didn't go on Tuesdays. We happened to go on this Tuesday night. We decided to go. Somebody was there, but him and Little Turtle, these little dudes, and Marcus, they going every Tuesday night by themselves with the girls, and these dudes heavy and just being in the club like nonchalant, like, you know.
Yeah, cause they can't recall the times when we used to go to the clubs just to rob.
Right.
Just to rob, no party.
It was kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. I had some fake stuff on, like I had the Figaro ring with the fake round piece. You know, and Turtle has a little stuff on, but the people in the music, they knew us though, so they always let us in. We always had a little hammer.
He wasn't saying that Marky, so I wasn't saying him that much. He was saying with his girl. He wasn't saying that
we
didn't know what he was doing. Shout out. Right. I appreciate y'all with the platform. Trump, you know, your story, I heard it. You know what I'm saying? It's real, you know what I'm saying? A lot of real stuff, man. You know? Marcy stuff, man.
Yeah, I want to get that Little Slop right quick. One more good go, right?
Get a Little Slop.
Yo, Little Slop. This is what I want to say. All right. So you left from doing your little ones and twos from Conan. Peace be upon Conan, right? And then you decided to come and bang downtown with Little Slop, right? Fucking with us, right? Now when you come out, right?
Bang downtown with Big Slop.
Yeah, he's talking about partner.
Big Slop,
with Big Slop.
Come on now. Come on, all right.
Okay, I'm messing up. Yo, but remember, so Big Slop has already been down there. Big Slop probably got the guard with him, right? I'm lingering on the front for the guard. B.O. is down there with us already, right? Right.
Yeah.
So when you come, right, and then when you come with your little henchmen, and they was really serious about the craftsmanship, right? Because it wasn't playing, they was serious. They wasn't stutter stepping or hummer stunting. They was getting to it, right?
Yeah.
So when was it that you said, all right, this is it, I'm sticking with digging, all that other shit, all that being around the way shit, all that shit is out the window, this is my route? When did that become your decision? Because like you said, you was selling drugs and doing other things prior to just getting full-time digging with us.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to say, me and Jameek one day, we was downtown. I don't know where Slot was. Baby Slot was.
I was locked up.
He was locked up. So me and Jameek was downtown all day. We couldn't get no money. So TT and Monk. No, shout out to TT and Monk. They was downtown. So I get their 1-2 punch. And so we walked. And one day we was on Fulton and J Street. So we saw the owner at the time. I remember the stereo pilots used to be on the corner of the store. There was a movie theater. So he was the owner of the store. So we followed him all the way down to like Flatbush. So we looking in his pocket, and I just see these rubber bands of money. Money.
You could see it? You could see it?
Yeah, we could see it. You could see there's rubber bands of money in his pocket. Maybe about 5 or 6 rolls. So Jameek said, yo, I want you to get a little slop. I got you. I'm going to hold you down. So as I was walking, we also saw TT and Monk coming from distance. So before they came, Jameek said, you gotta get it before Monk get it. So I rushed the guy. So when I rushed him, I went in his pocket. There was so much money. Jameek had to help me put the money out. So when I put the money out, the money fell on the floor. I already had like 2 bags of money in my hand. So me and Jameek, I put up the money on the floor. So we set up the block where Cookies is at over there. That corner right there, the fake food was at. And until I got around the corner, we cut through. I believe that's how we cut through.
You could cut through
the store.
Yeah.
Yeah. So from there we went down to the train station. We walked out to the train station. So I got there, TT and Monk was already there. So I had the money in my pocket, so I just pulled out like a roll of money. So I pulled out the money, it probably was made about like 4,000 or 5,000. That was only one roll. So we split the money up with TT and Monk. I must give him 1,000 a piece, something like that. Then my other little man was there. We gave him some money. So me and Jameek got in the cab. We took it to Notion and Fulton. So as I go into my other pocket, I'm in the car now. So I'm up here counting the money. I started seeing like the 50s and 20s. I started seeing hundreds. That Jameek was copying hundreds. That day we was at about like 17,000. That was my biggest hit ever. And that's when I bought the chains and everything. As soon as I got him out of the way, Blacksmith is my witness. We went to Blacksmith's house. Shout out to Blacksmith. We went to his house before we went anywhere. Yeah, so we got inside the house. He saw all this money we had on us. So we must have gave maybe Blacksmith maybe about 2,000, something like that. Then before that ended, we gave little Icky little money. Two they was little then, but we gave them money. By the time I got on the other side, I don't know how people knew I had that money, but they must have seen it through the bags and stuff. But that next day, top sisters like Thais and Ika, when they saw me, they rushed me. But I just gave like a little $100 a piece. So from then, that really started my digging career. Yeah, but at the time, Star was already coming up, and Star wasn't there that day. But when we saw Star be blessed Star, the Star was like part of us. Like one thing about Star and Jameek, if only one of us go out, we still got money. If I didn't go out that day, they would hit me up and say, "Yo, I got something for you, Star. Y'all got something for you, Star." We always looked out.
I know y'all was good for that. I was speaking on that. That right there, man, that's like what I said, man. That was real honor amongst Steve's, man. You couldn't get that in a lot of instances with a lot of neighborhoods with the brothers. But you still could get some money. You just had to be real fast and watch everything. But with y'all, it was all good, man. And that was real good times, man. Yeah, man, I need to hear from Star, though, man, because Star, man, was good bread, man.
I'm going to try to reach out, man. I stormed like last year, you know, down to Fort Greene. I'm going to try to reach out.
What's up with Jameek? What's up with Jameek, though, and his brothers?
Jameek good. I always speak to Jameek. Maybe I can let him holler at you, too. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I just want to say, for all y'all other boroughs out there that always look down on Brooklyn niggas digging pockets, take that. 17 racks in one pocket. Take that.
Right. 1 day, 7 hours.
Serious. Waited all day. Waited all day patiently for that one right there. Good play.
Hey, lad.
Yo.
Let me tell you, I was locked up, right? So when Slop did this, Slop supposed to send me a couple of hundreds and all this, and got me some wallows. I know what I'm talking about. So the next couple of days passed, I called Slop. What you gonna do? You know what I got out of that? You know what I got out of that thing, lad?
What'd you get?
$50. And he bought me a pair of Clarks, right? Now Slop sent me the Clarks, right? And I got the Clarks, some red Clarks. Even the Jamaicans on Rikers Island didn't even know what it was. I said, y'all got Clarks. What kind of Clarks are these, man? He didn't even give me the wallow. He couldn't find the wallow. We don't know these Clarks, man. What kind of Clarks are these, Slop? Your people playing games. Your people playing games out there. I mean, red was my favorite color, man, but it was crazy because they even got on me like, your people's playing games out there. These ain't no Clarks, man. These white man shoes ain't no Clarks. I'm like, little Slop talking about, oh yeah, I play dice.